Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Hold on, family. Hold on for 1 second. For 1 second. Welcome, family. This is the underrated one, the grinder. I had to redo the live stream because the hangout wasn't working right, so I gotta scratch that out and everything. So the ones that I sent a link to of the last live stream, the last one. Hope y'all hear this, so y'all just come back and everything. Sorry for the inconvenience. We're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Oh, James J, what's good, family? What's good? I don't know yet. Let me see. Let's see what's up. Wait for some more people to come in. Washington County, Utah, what's good? Welcome. Wait for some more people to come in. Anybody that can hear me right now, that I send a link, that send the invites out to my last one. I had to scratch that out so I could send the other one. So I could send this one. So when you hear that, come back. So we're gonna wait for some more people to come in. Welcome. That's glad for everybody coming. Again, sorry for inconvenience. We're gonna talk about different stuff. Good morning to the fam. Technically, I did got it on before 12, so but we're gonna talk some more things. Love you so much. Yo, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Wait for some more people to come in. Wait to fold up. James J, hold on. I'm good. I'm good. Hold on, James J. Hold on. Trying to get you on, bro. Waiting for some more people to come in. Okay. Hold on, James J. I'm gonna get you on. Okay, there you go. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Good morning.
Mute your mic for 1 second, please.
I can't see anything. Hello?
Hello?
What's going on?
Not much.
What's the topic?
I don't know. It's
You just got on just now?
yeah. It's going on. I could I was on before, but the Hangouts wasn't working right, so I gotta scratch that out and then do it over again. So
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait.
yeah, let's see, Joe. You know how that acts sometimes.
I
Email.
see your messages, and that's why I was asking, are you live now? Or because it kept putting different times up there.
Yeah, I know. That's what yeah, I know because I have to scratch that out. I seen that. I have to scratch that out because it won't let me. So
Oh, okay.
I scratch that out. And oh yeah, the ones that's listening right now, if I send the invites to y'all, I'm back on. Just come back on. Like I said, yeah, because of the Hangouts was acting crazy. So that's JMJ. Welcome,
Yes, sir.
JMJ. What's good? What's good, family? Say hi to Black Native. And this is JMJ. Afrocentric. What's good?
Good morning, JMJ. Or good afternoon. I see his dog, but I
Yeah.
think he's on mute.
Hold on. JMJ, unmute yourself, bro.
Okay, okay. How you doing, Afrocentric? How you doing, ma'am?
No, that's Black Native.
Black Data.
That's
I,
back
I,
to me.
I don't know who that.
Yeah, that's Black Native on a panel. But Afrocentric is in the chat. Anybody that wants to get on the panel, I'm handpicking it. Let me know.
All right, all right. You
I'm
know.
handpicking. Let me know. Anybody want to join the panel? Let me know. Put your email in the chat, and I'm gonna more than happy to get you on. Go wait for some more people to get on. Okay. Go wait for some more people. Get
Uh,
on. Bro,
what's going on, underrated? What's going on, Mr. JT?
I'm good. How you feel?
You doing all right, man, bro.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta take this, my godson. I'll be right back. Be right back within a minute.
How you doing, ma'am?
Hey, good morning. How are you? How you
I'm doing
doing,
okay.
brother?
How you? I'm doing okay. You know.
I see your pit bull up there.
Yeah, yeah. He outside right now. No,
He
he
is. I
ain't
hope it ain't
outside.
cold out where you. Where you? I
No,
hope it
no,
is.
no, no, no. Oh, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I got him in the house. He in
Oh,
the
you got him in
cage
the house.
right now.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a pit bull, and yeah, I used to keep her in the house. She had her house, and like when it would get cold, cause they got short hair, I
Oh,
would let
yeah.
her come inside when it was too cold. But I had put like what you call like shedding or the bedding
Oh, yes, ma'am.
inside her
Yes,
inside
ma'am.
her house.
I got a puppy, American Bulldog. I call him British though. I call him American Bulldog. I got an
Yeah,
American
American
Bulldog.
American Bulldog. That's what I had. American Bulldog.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's a British though, cause of wrestling. WWF British, the British Bulldogs. I had to
Mhm.
call them British,
I
because
had a
of,
Stanford pit at Stanford.
hmm
I think
yeah,
that's American. Is that American
and the
or is
other.
that English?
I don't really know, but I got a American pit. I got an American bully. His name Debo,
Oh,
and
bully. Okay. My
I got an
neighbor.
American bully and a American bulldog. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I never heard of a bully. My neighbor had a puppy, and
Yeah.
he had it was a bully, and I was like, it looked, but his head was browned in the front. The shape of his like the forehead, his skull
Uh-huh.
was different
Uh-huh.
from a regular Stanford pit bull. So when I googled bully and I looked it up, I was like, oh, okay. So he had a puppy. It was so cute, and he took it to the vet to get his ears clipped, and they killed his puppy.
Oh
And he
man,
said he
you
paid
know
like
what? You know what?
1,200 or $1,500 for that dog.
Yeah, but my roommate sisters we got him for free, so you know.
A full blood,
we- Yeah, yeah. What they call it? Blue nose.
the blue nose. He's
Yes,
gray.
yes,
Is he grayish blue?
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the same kind. He had a grayish blue dog. I think he said he paid like 1,200. I'll be right back.
Y'all good? Say, Mr. Tete, you all right? Ma'am, you doing all right? Take your time. Take your time, superstar. Hey, take your time, Mr. JT.
I had to get my coffee. I'm cooking.
What you cooking? Some eggs and steak and eggs.
Now I'm making a turkey soup.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
back.
I'm making a turkey soup.
I
Cause I
ain't no
had,
breakfast man, but someone maybe some grits and sausage and
oh, okay. I don't know.
Hey,
I don't like grits too much.
welcome.
I like grits. I like grits if I eat it like if I make shrimp or not shrimp, but like
uh-huh. You be chilling with LVZ with the shrimp and get grits.
yeah,
Okay,
I used to make shrimp with grits,
lovely.
but I really don't eat shrimp too much. I might eat shrimp maybe once every year or every whenever. I don't eat shrimps like that. So,
Oh,
but
okay.
when I used to cook it, but I like it with fish. I don't know grits. I never really was into it. Like a lot of people, I gotta put flavor to it. I gotta put cheese in it, or
Oh
some
yeah,
people eat it
yeah,
with sugar, like make it like cream of wheat.
yeah.
You know.
Some people like to put grits with that.
Yeah.
So back in the days when I was younger, I put sugar in my grits.
Yeah, my
I got
grandmother used to
I got
make it
my
like
I
that.
got my I got my face slapped with that. Now they doing it. Now my stepmom doing it. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
How
my
the
grandmother
hell,
used to make
how
it
the
with
hell you gonna
sugar.
slap me
She would
for
make it like
making how the hell you gonna slap me and put sugar in grits? It's just like oatmeal, but you just had to put a little different flavor with that.
but look, that's the debate.
I got cussed out for putting sugar in grits. You know what I'm saying? Now they doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all talking about.
that's the debate.
Yeah, yeah.
The debate is what's better, sugar and grits or salt and pepper and grits.
It don't really matter to me because I put sugar in there.
Either way, right?
Yeah, either way. You know what I'm saying? I put the salt and pepper in the grits. You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter to me because it's gonna be good with the breakfast anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
It said part of what it said part of your complete breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, part of your complete breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't eat eggs. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
Scrambled
ask you
eggs
a question. Whoa. Let me ask you a question. Did y'all watch any All Star Weekend festivities?
yeah, yeah, yes sir, yes sir. The All Star Weekend was sorry as hell. I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you that right now.
So I didn't miss nothing.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Mr. JT. Um, Dennis Smith Jr. is for Fayetteville, and I met a
Okay.
brother. Yeah, he's for Fayetteville. J. Cole is for Fayetteville, and 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 I met a brother that's his cousin for Fayetteville,
Mm.
and I was like, "What? And you messing up like this? And you messing up like this?" But I'm gonna tell you this, man. It was messed up, man. The only thing I saw that was good in the dunk contest was the 2016 between Aaron Gordon and doggone Zach LaVine. He played for my Bulls right now. But I think Aaron Gordon. I think after the 2006, 2017, I don't know what it was, but he doggone hurt his knee. But I'm telling you this, man. That that was sorry. That was sorry for reals, man. You try to put Jordan and Dominique and everybody else to shade. Even a 5'6" Spud Webb, a 5'8" Nate Robinson to shame on that doggone All-Star game. You keep right on, they go have to put the skills challenge up there. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. The three pointers was all right with Steph Curry and his brother Seth, because Steph Curry played for Davidson, and Seth played for Duke, which I really hate. He played for Duke. You know what I'm saying? He played for Duke. I know he got it together though, but Seth, his brother, I guess his younger or older brother, but he tried to they tried to get it together so the Curry boys tried to get themselves together and win a 3-point championship, but it didn't happen. So
is he talking about the CIA? What is it? The CIAA that they had?
No, the All-Star Weekend, NBA.
Yes, ma'am. But this was a NBA because CIAA. I remember CIAA, Virginia State, Fayetteville State, because I used to go there. I used to be there in the military over there at Virginia State, Fayetteville State. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, man.
Yeah, because I don't live too far from Duke. I'm probably like 30 minutes away from Duke.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like 30 minutes away from Duke.
So you go to NC Central, right?
I don't go to NC. I live in North Carolina, but I don't go to Charlotte. I know they have the CIAAA. It's right about. I think it's happening this month. It's around this time. If they didn't have it already, but it's always around February. In Charlotte.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. They have a tournament down there, CIAA tournament. It should have February or March or something.
Goes on it's like 3 days. They'll have like all kind of events happening.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But the reason they have the All-Star, the NBA All-Star, because of what's it called? Because of the bathroom policy. That's the reason.
What you mean? Because of the what do you mean? Because of the law that they didn't pass in North Carolina for the transgender?
Yeah. Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
That's why they did that. But when they what's it called? When they got that law together, you know what I'm saying? That's where they what's it called? You know, it was so bad that rock and roll groups, rap groups, or whatever, couldn't get their could do All-Star games or concerts, something like that. You know,
yeah, a lot of people stopped coming to perform in protest because of that North Carolina didn't pass that law. So a lot of different, like this was maybe when I had first moved here, maybe like 2017. They were, they didn't want to pass that law down here, so a lot of people boycotted and wouldn't come perform.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's why it didn't come here. That's why it didn't come here. So
where did they have it at?
Well, let me ask a question.
I think it was in New Orleans. I think it was New Orleans or something like that. I don't know the other stuff, but
it was supposed to be in North Carolina, though.
Yeah, they was supposed to have it in North Carolina. One of them.
So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the that law that Charlotte did not pass? How do you feel about that?
The state of North Carolina didn't pass it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The state of North Carolina didn't pass. How do you feel about that?
You know why? I'm gonna tell you this. You know why? Because of Roy Cooper in North Carolina. because he was a
Yeah, he the
Republican
governor.
anyway. Roy Cooper was a Republican because he won't gonna get down with that. Roy
Yeah,
Cooper won't gonna get down with that. Now we got a Democrat as a
that's
what's
the
it called?
governor. The
Yeah,
governor.
yeah, the governor. Now we got Roy Cooper. He trying to he trying to get it together, but
Where you live?
Patrick
You live in
Cole,
North Carolina?
huh,
Do
man?
you live
Yes,
in North
ma'am.
Carolina? Where you live at?
Selma,
You
Selma,
said
North Carolina.
Selma?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I don't know where that's at. I don't know. Yeah, North Carolina's kind of big. But with the question that JT asked, I had an issue with it, and the reason why is because as a female, like I had an issue with seeing men come in because you don't really know,
Right, right.
if they are truly transgender, because you can have men who are pretending to be transgender just because they pass these laws coming in the bathrooms
Right,
who
right.
could be
You go.
pedophiles and rapists.
But what about the
And no
women?
matter what, I don't care if you put a wig on, I don't care if you put on high heel shoes, you still have the strength as a man.
That's right.
So that to me was dangerous. It's dangerous behavior because you got a lot of people walking around here that are pedophiles.
Well, all
And
right, but
that's the
what,
That's right.
opportunity to get in and come in a restroom where it could be a little girl in there and rape her or molest her or show himself. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen.
but
So
what about the women? Do you feel the same about the women?
you talking about the women that dress
Yeah,
like men?
the same thing. Yeah, the same thing. Because now it's going to happen like these women, they figure that, oh, yeah, I can molest the boys, and we don't talk about that. I
Yeah,
mean,
two sides of every story. You know what I'm saying? Two
Yeah, but
sides.
most women that are transgender are attracted to women.
yeah,
I mean, but I get what you're saying, but they don't have the strength, even though they might look like. I mean, some women are strong, but generally speaking, most women can't overpower a man.
I ain't talking about the men. I'm talking about these little boys.
Yeah, but most women who dress up like men are attracted to women. That's why they have taken on that role.
But at the
But
same
I
time,
mean,
though,
I could see your point of view. I could see where you're going. It could happen. I mean, anything is possible. You don't know what people are capable of doing.
two wrongs don't make a right anyway. You feel what I'm saying? Two wrongs don't make a right. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know.
And, see, all I'm saying like this though, that Africa said, we should know it goes both ways. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm saying, like, rightfully so, we talk about these men, old power women, old, I understand and get it, but now for a long time now, it be these upcoming one pedophiles. They be messing with these little boys, and it seems like these conversations people do not want to have. And it's real sad, especially in our community. And so we gotta have. I'm saying it goes both ways. We gotta talk about it because I give. See, I do security. I see it, and then sometimes we have to like, nah, it cannot happen that way. But it seems like it is really happening. So that's all I'm saying. We gotta have these conversations, even if we don't want to. And so that's
What
all
do
I'm
you
saying.
mean we don't want to? I mean,
They
why?
don't.
Why?
They
I
really
mean,
don't want to. They don't want
I mean,
to.
people are having these conversations. I mean, women are getting exposed daily for having sex or being inappropriate with underage boys. And if you're going to speak like about our community, the black community, like I said, I think previously on one of your videos that it to me it's not like it doesn't happen, because it does, but it's rare. It's a rarity. It's rare. Like you very, I mean, you very rarely hear of black women raping little boys. I mean, it's not that it doesn't happen, but it's a small segment, and maybe that's why it's not being or spoken about the way we should speak on it.
No, it's not. No, I disagree on that. It's not small segment. That's what
Really,
it
it's
is.
not.
No, it's not. It ain't. I'm telling you,
When you get
I'm telling
statistics
you, I do this.
of that,
I do security. I seen it. The
so
media.
what did you do about it?
I
When
see
you
it.
do
Ooh, yeah, I see it. I'm telling you, the
Like, what
media.
are you doing about it?
Uh,
What do you do about it when you see this
when
occur?
I see it, I talk. I talk. No, no, I talk. I talk against it. I stopped it. At times I had to stop it. That even sometimes cops, even sometimes cops look past it. I do stop
But I mean, where are you seeing this happen at? Like,
it.
what? Where?
Sometimes you see it at the job. Sometimes you see it at the job. Sometimes you see when you get out of school. Sometimes you see it in the library. You see it in quite a few places.
I never seen it though. I mean, like, so you saying that people at your job are molesting little women at your job are molesting little boys?
I'm not saying they molest little boy, but I put it to you this way. I hear stories that these women, they say, yeah, I messed with this young guy. I
Of,
met him in the bar.
of age.
Yeah.
Is he over? Is he over 18 or over
No, it's
20?
not over 18.
Because
No,
I don't think
no,
somebody
no,
gonna
no,
brag
no, no,
to another
no,
person about
no, no,
molesting a child.
no, no, no. That's what I'm trying to explain to
So
you.
you're telling me that you hear women having discussions with other women about having sex. Is this what you're saying?
Yes. And I actually seen it myself. I'm telling you, I seen it myself, but people do not want to talk about it. I seen it myself. Like again, and I say it again, and I'm gonna drop this. I actually had to stop some of it. Like, yo, where did you do you know how I know some of the young men. I said, check it out. I said, oh, check it out. I said, do you know how old he is? Oh, I ain't know he's 16. Yes, you do know. What is you doing? Why y'all not saying nothing about it? And I'm
I,
done.
I would be. I would if a woman, if a woman came to me, which generally, I've been around a lot of black women in my life because I am a black woman. I've never ran across another woman who will literally sit there and tell me that they were sleeping with a minor. That's just me.
Well,
To be open about it and to be bragging about it, that's not something that
Yes, yes,
you
I
want.
did. Yes, I did report it Afrocentric. Yes, and it
18.
still
That's
ain't
what I'm
nothing
saying.
happened.
You report it.
Yeah, yeah, I reported. It still ain't nothing being done. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm gonna
I'm
tell
telling
you
you.
this.
I'm saying I'm speaking from. I've had conversations with plenty of black women. Now I can see if they say they dealing with a younger dude, just like men, but they're of age. I've never had a conversation where a woman will actually come to me and say, "Hey, guess what? I'm messing with this little 13-year-old boy." Do you know how ridiculous that shit would look? And you don't know how that person that you bragging to is gonna take it, or if they're gonna report you. Or most women don't do stuff like that. I'm just being
Yeah,
honest.
Well,
I'm
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell all of y'all this. I'm gonna tell you all of y'all this, cause I done heard this stuff before. There was a brother. There was a brother that was in my class that with the class, you know, and doggone. Maybe I did. Maybe I messed up in his grades up in the 10th grade. But he said, "Dick, do I care?" But he was messing around with with a woman that was what's it called that he was messing with. that he got fired, but I seen him the other the next year he was up here. What's it called? Doing janitor stuff up in there, but so that's messed up right there. So
Are you saying that he told you that he was messing with a teacher?
no. The woman was messing with it. The teacher was messing with a woman, and he got fired for that job. But he was what's it called? He was doing janitor work at the high school, and I
So
was
you
like,
saying
what?
that the teacher was messing with little girls?
Yeah, the little girl from high school. Yeah,
The,
Yeah,
te-
that's
the fe- female teachers?
huh?
The female teachers was messing with the little girl.
No, the man teacher, the man teacher. So
Okay,
yeah,
but
but you hear those stories all the time.
he's talking about women molesting boys.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what he talking about.
yeah, but I'd see plenty of people up in North Carolina on the news doing that stuff too. So two wrongs don't make a right any doggone way. Two wrongs don't make a right anyway. Up in North Carolina,
Man,
everywhere,
I
two
understand
wrongs
what
don't
you're
make.
saying, but see the story that you told James, Jack, and you know I respect you. You see, when it happened, they, you know, these men get, you know, they get arrested. You know what I'm saying, and rightfully so. But
That's
now,
right.
but they get arrested. But these women get slapped in the wrist when they mess with these little boys, these young boys that are less than 18. They get a slap in the wrist. They get probation and all that. And I tell
Yeah,
any women's live or whatever, where I said, where's the outrage of that?
yeah, that's right.
Well, y'all. I mean,
Yeah.
well, men are the ones who created this atmosphere where it's okay for little boys to
Um,
have sex before little girls.
uh,
So, because
okay,
men are the ones who created that type of atmosphere, when
okay.
it does
I
happen,
understand. Yeah, I
they
understand that.
boy that's having sex with an adult woman, his homeboys is like, what? Patting him on the
Yeah,
back,
because
being
right,
molested, but he don't
because
see it. But he
right,
don't see it as being molested. He sees it as he's sleeping with an older woman because men have created that type of environment.
so that makes it right. That
But
makes it. But I'm
but men
saying, as a
created
man,
that environment though.
let me tell you because this is
I'm
the
not saying it makes it right. I'm saying that men have created that environment to give the okay for little boys to be running around having sex at an early age, but not little girls because little girls are labeled as hoes and whores, but little boys aren't.
exactly
So when
right.
it happens, they don't see anything wrong with it. This is what I'm telling you.
I'm saying, all right, but I'm saying again, we switching the subject because I'm saying like this.
I'm
But
not
see, right? Hear me what I'm saying. Hear me what I'm saying. So now these little boys they think it's okay because they was never be taught about the buyer themselves. And so what happened was when they start having, oh yeah, is everything's okay. Now that you got 2 or 3 months, their grades are slipping. They start getting into drugs. And then after all that, they wasn't getting no justice of. Sometimes they kill themselves, and sometimes they mess up for the rest of their life. And sometimes, and most of the time, they don't not, you know, they treat women as garbage. And some of these women be thinking, oh, he don't hate. But sometimes, it goes back to what happened to them. But see, this is my thing right here that we gotta have these conversations at times, but I don't want to switch the subject. But what oh, this happened here and this happened here. To me, the shit is fucking wrong. Yo, man, the man is raping little girls. That is fucking wrong. You hear what I'm saying? They need to go. It should be the same thing as a woman, but it's always damn excuse. And I'm tired of hearing the fucking excuse because I can tell you like this: it's happened to one of my godsons. It happens to one of my godsons. And until this day, he's okay, but he don't want to have a relationship. He said, I'd rather be single. And I found this out like 3 months ago. Like, what? You tell your motherfucker? Yeah, I told him. I didn't want to tell you because it's just all right. He don't even want to have. He don't even want to have. Listen, man. He said, listen. He said, I just want to hang with a woman. We do what we gotta do, and that's it. Other than that, he just want to go to work, do what he got to do. He part of the non-profit organization. He do what he got to do, be in the community stuff like this. But he said, deal with a woman. He said, no, I can't deal with a woman because where the injustice of that. And so these conversations, it got to happen, but it cannot be no change. It cannot be no change in conversation. I'm saying both sides is wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. We gotta stop making excuses. That's what I'm saying. Stop making excuses.
I'm not making excuses.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you at all.
Let me ask this question.
It's respect and common sense, man. You don't do nothing like that. I'm telling you, from boy to girl, girl to boy, respect and common sense, man. You don't do no stuff like that, man. You don't do nothing like that, man. Nothing. You don't do nothing like that. Respect the common sense, man. And it just mess up the boy and mess up the girl like that, man. Respect the common sense, man, so they can have a good life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Boy and girl.
Yeah.
Have the respect and the common sense to do what's right and do what's right, man. Because you gonna have yourself in a messed up situation like that, man. Respect the common sense, man. Don't think about your don't think about what's in your pants. Think about what's in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Respect and common sense, man. And that's what's messed up about people these days, man.
And also, these women need to respect what's in their motherfucking skirt. And I'm talking about the ones be doing that. You know, especially the majority of them do that. They married. They are fucking married. They are fucking married, and these men is just married to them. It's okay. So, but I'm saying blame them too. But you said JJ respecting the pants, you respect the mother from the skirt. Shit. Fuck out of here, yo. No, stop, man.
Can I say something? Now you got you had a whole lot of women that were, especially a lot of people that like school teachers. See, pedophiles, men and women, tend to surround themselves, or they'll take an occupation where they're around children. That's intentional, so a lot of these school teachers, women, are sleeping with the boys. Some of them is getting pregnant. None of them are going to jail. And you're right. They need to be locked the hell up, because if you're a pedophile, you're a rapist, and if it's a woman that's doing it, she should go to jail just like a man. Like, I don't see why she wouldn't, because you are damaging the child. You know what I'm saying? He might not see anything wrong with it. Like I said, sometimes young boys, when they get attention from older women, they think it's cool. Now, but in reality, they're actually being molested. And they get a pat on the back from their homeboys for sleeping with an older woman. But, they should go to jail. The women should go to jail if you're sleeping around with little 13-year-old boys, 14-year-old boys, and you're 21 or 22. Why do you even want to? They're pedophiles, like, pretty much. Like, they sick in the head. They need to go to jail, and then when they come out of jail, they need to get therapy. But they got to go to jail first. We ain't gonna keep dealing with this is a mental issue, because a lot of times they know exactly what they're doing because they hide it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're doing that you have to hide, that it's not correct. You're doing something wrong. So they should go to jail. I agree with you. I'm not debating it, but we do need to have these discussions about women, grown women, wanting to sleep with little boys. And as a mother, you got to be careful with your son and your daughter because you don't know who you're bringing in your circle, who you having around your children. Always keep them, always try to keep watch over them. Don't just allow them to be around each and anybody because they could be your family member, they could be a friend of the family that you allow to come into your circle or your home, and you go to the bathroom or you in the kitchen and they ain't doing something with your child. And that's sad that it's like that, but it is like that.
That's true. Yeah.
That's it is.
Hmm.
So you got to be aware. You got to be aware who you allow around your kids, and don't just leave your kids with anybody. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So let me ask you a question, Black Native. As
Yeah.
as a mother, right? And I'm talking about you have a son, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you have a son. Okay. Now explain on the panel, even on the chat, and also outside listening right here. What signs that mothers need to look at when the son is reacting a different way, and how do you protect your son of women like that?
First of all, I never allow anybody around my children alone by themselves. I never did it. My mother never did it with me, and I never did it with my kids. I have a son and a daughter. I'm not just gonna go and meet a man or bring a stranger into my environment and just leave my kids with them. That's not how I operate because I don't trust everybody, and I know everybody don't have good intentions, even though they might pretend it's smart. You got to know how to read people, read them, read their spirit, how they act, their actions, their behaviors. I analyze people. I'm very analytical. And so I'll sit there and I'm just watching, and your conversations. What are you talking about? And your spirit. Do I get good vibes from you? I just don't, as me as a mother, it never happened with my son because I was always making sure it didn't happen with my son or my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
just gonna meet a man and bring a man into my house, and then I'll be like, oh, let me go run to the store and leave them alone with him until I get to know him, until we in a solid relationship, and I know what he's about. I never left my kids alone with nobody,
No,
nobody.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you what my mom's did, and like the women, even on my late father's side, he no longer, and my mother, she's still living. And I'm talking about right now, like they teach us how to listen for the signs, you know, we see a woman, and I want mothers to hear this, aunts, whatever it is, because it's very, very important. Like my mother, she said, "Look, you can sit on my cover your mother. Now, if she tell you to sit on the lap, I don't care what woman it is, no. If she has her hand on your lap, that's a no. If you between her legs, she rubbing your back, that is a no. If she come around there and kiss you, keep on kissing you and kissing your lips, that's a no. If she
Yeah,
keep on rubbing your back, that is a no.
yeah,
Any of those things, there's some other stuff she kept saying. Any of those things that happen to you, you come straight to me or your daddy. Because I can tell you, it was one time. It was one time with this lady, right? And it was like one of my it was something, it was like I was down south. It's like one some people in my on my father's side, and he sat on the lady's lap. The guy said, "What is you doing?" What? No, I don't sit no lady lap like that. What is you doing? I think it was like my third cousin, something like that. I forgot his name, and it was a big thing. Like, no, you don't do that. What's wrong with you? Then the women got about, no, you don't play nothing like that. Yeah. And so, and I'm talking about this happened in the 70s. This happened in the 70s. I was like, and then my mother said, you see why Were we telling you like that? I said, yeah. So like when I remember I used to do I used to go shop with my grandma sometimes. And then sometimes she said, you stay right beside me, whole thing. Say, how you doing? Oh, you got a nice car. You don't talk to him. What are you doing? You don't talk to him. He don't know you. And then that's what my grandma used to say. You see it? I said, yeah. The damn hussies. And so the women in my both sides of the family,
That's an old fashioned term, hussies. Damn, that's some old
hussies.
1950.
Yeah, that's some 1920 shit. Yeah, you know them hussies. But see, when I got older, y'all, I understood why they took the stand. Because as a woman, because they see certain things going on. Even like sometimes, like when my aunt was living, she been going since 1998. A cancer. My one time I went with her to the store. She said, "Oh." She said, "Oh yeah, Ma, she bought me a winter coat." She said, "You want to go?" I said, "I want to go to the store with your aunt too." So she live in Black Navy, in Brooklyn. She used to live on Alabama Avenue between Dumont and Livonia, and she lived like towards like Livonia. And the other side of the street was like abandoned. It was abandoned. They just tore it down. And I'm talking about like early 70s. And then I remember with this lady, she said, "Oh, don't you dare touch his coat. Are you something wrong with you? You don't touch my nephew. You hear me? You all right? I'm all right, Auntie. Come on, baby. You go get what you want. I got what I want." And she always told me, "You don't let no woman touch you. Never." And then after that, she went there and everything. Went upstairs. We took the elevator upstairs and everything. So I've been around, strong women. And so even strong men, but I've been around strong women that actually talk, and so that activist has to come back. It has to come back. So
Yeah, it does. I mean, we can't keep allowing our children to be damaged.
yeah. Mhm.
And it's and the damage, what happens to you as a child, you'll pass it on to another child when you become an adult. So only advice I can give is to keep your kids safe. Is just make sure you watch who you have around you. The
Mhm.
people that are around you, pick up on the vibes of these people that are around you. Don't just leave your kids alone with each and anybody. And people, and a lot of times you have black women who are single, who might want to go out and leave them with anybody, best friend or the boyfriend, because and next thing you know, years down the line, they telling you that they did something to them.
Yeah.
Careful, your children are an extension of you. You are your children. They are priceless. You don't just throw them away or treat them like trash. You have to love your children. You understand what I'm saying? And unconditional love. Protect your children.
Mhm.
If you can't do that, then I don't know what to say. I mean,
Mhm.
speaking about the bathroom issue, and I told you I felt that way because you got people that are sick in this world that don't give a fuck about children. They don't care. They will damage them and get their rocks off by harming children. So you got to be extra vigilant, extra protective, so that you can raise a child to be in their right state of mind, to be um, good people, members of society. They ain't out here raping kids. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
Be
I'm
a
gonna tell you
productive
like this.
member of society. You ain't got to worry about, just keep a track of your damn kids. Shit, the hell. And then don't let everybody jumping from man to man, having all these different people in and out your house. You could alleviate a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So let me ask you a question about I know you heard it might be another government shutdown.
Yeah.
I know you heard about that. What y'all think about that? And also,
Man,
Orange Crush
man,
45 talking about that if he don't get what he want, he gonna have an emergency whatever it is. What do you think about that?
man, you know what's up? You know what's up with that? You didn't have you were spoiled as a child when that happened. You know what I'm saying? But when you got older and older and older, the people didn't teach you about how to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 45, you know what I'm saying? It was spoiled. They was really, really spoiled about that. About that. If you can't get what you want, you cry, moan, and bitch about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up in the game. And you come in here and you come in here and try to make us the leader of the free world, and you can't get what you want, and you try to mess us up. Like, you got to go. You try to mess
Well,
us up.
you know he declared a
Y'all
state
the
of
yellow
emergency,
Puerto
right?
Rican invasion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Black Native. Say it again, please.
He declared a state of emergency for this country.
Yeah.
Now, I was, I'm sorry, brother, but you can go ahead. I just had to add that in there. Then I'll throw in my thoughts once you finish. But I just had to put it out there.
All right, Miss Black Native. Salute to you, and Miss JT. Salute to you for bringing me on. But
Of course. No doubt.
you know, you get spoiled like that. Do you try to run a nation like that? Nah, man. You got to go, bro. You got to go. But at the same time though, but you try to get the other side of the field, try to get you to do what the hell you want to do. Nah, man. Sometimes you got it's a limit on that. It's a limit on that. Cause we try to have a free world.
Mhm.
We have a free world around here. You can't go to Germany and do all that. You can't go to Africa and do all that. Nothing. We try to get y'all brothers and sisters up in here to get it together. You know what I'm saying? So you can have a good life. You know what I'm saying? That's what we that's what the free world trying to do. So you get yourself together, man. I know others you can't get that. But you can't get it together over there where you at. And you come to this free world trying to get it together. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm getting tired of that, man. You get depressed off. You get depressed. It's really depressing off of that, man. You got people over here. You talking about Mexico? Then you got a boxer around here like Sergey Kovalev beating up beating up a lady, messing up her spine, breaking her nose, breaking her face, and and he get a free pass. I ain't mean no disrespect to 21 Savage, but I know he ain't did nothing either. But you gonna deport him? Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But sometimes you gotta have two sides on every story and get everybody the hell up out of here. Get the hell up out of here. White, black, white, or anybody that's up in this country that came from overseas. And that's messed up, man. And that's messed up right here. And that's messed up right here. And that's messed up. And from the ladies to the gentlemen and all that. If you mess up, get the hell out of here. but you ain't trying to hear that. He ain't trying to hear that.
Mhm.
They ain't trying to hear that, and that's messed up right there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying?
my opinion on this, I don't know if they're gonna have another government shutdown, but I want to know what is the state of emergency that he declared. This is
I
what
only
I'm trying
think,
to understand.
I
Like,
only say the emergency he want is that wall, but you can get the Mexicans out of there, the Mexicans out of there, or anybody from overseas out there that's darker than us. That's darker than us. But when
mhm.
it comes to that, with the Southern cover laws and other white people, oh, they get a pass. Let them in there go box. Let them there go handle they run their business or something like that or whatever. Nah, they need to
Yeah.
go too.
Well, he said
They-
in his campaign that Mexico was going to build this wall, and the Mexican president said, "No, the fuck, we not." Gave him the middle finger. So now because he made this promise to build a wall for the white racist people to feel comfortable, and he can't come through because the Mexican government is not paying for it. He's making the taxpayers, he's making American people pay for the wall that he said Mexico was going to pay for. And if they don't, and now because he knows that they're not paying for the wall, he decided to shut the government down, which affected people's pockets. He said, "Oh, you can go to the supermarket." This is when the shutdown was happening. They ain't get paid for like a month and a half. They'll still give you food. Who's gonna give you food for free at a supermarket?
none, none.
I don't know if he's out of touch. Like, do you not understand people have bills that have to be paid?
That's right. They try to
I'm confused on
they
that. Like I
try
could just go
to
to the store and say, "Hey, well, I'm in this government shutdown. Can I get some free groceries?" No, that's not happening.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because people using them old school food stamps. I see this. I see that. I was like, wow. I was like, man.
You talking about the colorful food stamps, the blue and the
Yeah,
pink
yep, yes,
one,
ma'am, yes, ma'am. The colorful food stamps.
the
Cause I
fake
used to do,
money, fake
cause my
money,
mama used
fake
to do
money. It was
that.
like monopoly money. It looked like monopoly money to me. That's what it looked like.
That's what
Play
it
money,
is. That's what it is. That's
fake
what it
money.
is. It did about I think about a couple of months ago they used that they with the people with the food stamp cards and whatever the money they try to make them eat spaceship money, spaceship food. You feel what I'm saying? It had the people eating spaceship food. You know what I'm saying? Dehydrated food, whatever's clever. Try to eat them, try to make them eat spaceship food, man. And that's crazy, man. You feel what I'm saying? Spaceship food. You know what I'm saying? People they go with the spaceships and all that good stuff. I was like, hell, you might as well go to the army and give them MREs. I used to be in the military. You know what I'm saying? Eating MREs in the field, in the woods. So it's kind of messed up, man. No, it ain't. It's messed up in actuality. You know what I'm saying? Eating MREs. You had a doggone what? Put the stuff in there, put some water in there, and doggone let the joint heat up and all that and all that stuff, man.
They sell
It,
that at Walmart. I saw that in the the section where they sell the camping goods and the hunting stuff. They
yeah,
have the
yeah, Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I used
Just
to be in the
cool.
military with that stuff, man.
Yep, they
And they
had. I
give
saw it
you
at Walmart. I was like, oh, they sell this here?
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I remember that because we used to go in the field up in there, Fayetteville, Fort Bragg. No, Fort Bragg in actuality. And they sometimes they give you that MREs for lunch.
Mm.
But you know, you go to they tell you go to the MKT tent for lunch. They feed you steaks and stuff like that. It's good. It's fine. It's breezy. It's all right. But the, you know what I'm saying? People in the in the city or something like that, they ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? People ain't used to that stuff, good stuff, man. They ain't used to that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just messed up for us, the black people, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to get us to stay in the woods and something like that, in a tent or something like that. Go
Yeah,
to
I just have a problem with him holding the country hostage, and that's exactly what he's doing. And he shouldn't be allowed to get away with doing what he's doing. You
yeah,
know,
right.
I want to know, what is this state of emergency? This is what I'm trying to understand. Where is the emergency? What's going on? Like, what, when he declared the state of emergency, what is the meaning behind it?
The state of emergency is he tried to get that wall. He
But what's
said,
the emergency though? This is what I'm trying to understand. Like, what happens when we're in a state of emergency? What does that mean?
I guess it's something for him and not for us. I guess it's something for him, not for us. And shout out to Chris Wilde. He said we had $22 billion in debt. Shout out to Chris Wilde. He put that video
Yeah.
out there.
So
We had
when we are
22.
in a state of emergency, what is the process? What is the military go out? I mean, I'm just trying to, because I don't know if, I don't remember the country being in a state of emergency. So I'm trying to understand, what is the process? What is the meaning behind it? What happens when we're in a state of emergency? Because
Yeah, it's him. It's him wanting that wall built. It's really that, but he don't care about us in this United States. You know what I'm saying? He'd rather do for him
Oh
than do what
wow,
he
Monique
doing.
Hill just said they have been trained here in LA. Wow. Monique Hill, can you tell us more about that, please? We definitely want to hear it, or you want to get on the panel, drop your email in the chat and tell us more about that, because we got to hear this if you want to, or if you just put it in the chat, it's okay. The message. Because that's crazy. Because I know that I know this much, like a few years ago, they have been training in different parts of this country too.
Yeah, yeah, because of the hurricanes. We'd have had two hurricanes in North Carolina. We'd have had two hurricanes in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So it's depressing.
See, Michael, you said it ain't going to be happening. I'm see, it doesn't. Yo, let me tell you, I never underestimated this people in this oppressed system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I don't. And Michael, yeah, I was like, you know, I understand you saying, but I don't. I don't. Just like people say, oh, Donald Trump is not. He's not going to start from us anything to get us. Look what happened. He
can I
did it.
ask, can I ask Monique Hill, what is she saying? Look it up. D-Town LA YouTube. What does she mean by that?
Just explain that, please, sis. He says LA YouTube.
I'm looking at the chat, and she
Yeah.
said, "Look it up, D-Town, LA, YouTube." This is Monique Hill.
Yeah, she probably said that's what they had. That's what they had the video at on that part of YouTube. That's
But the video of what? State of emergency?
no.
'Cause I was asking what. I'm gonna look up what is the state of emergency and what happens when we are in a state of emergency.
Oh, she just put downtown Los Angeles. She said it's on YouTube. She put it.
What's happening in downtown Los Angeles? This is what I'm trying to understand. What's
No,
happening? Something
she was
happening right now?
yeah, she was saying in the chat, if you go up a little bit, she said in the chat that they are training emergency tactics, which what happened around this country.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I saw something on Twitter where they're going into the black communities and they're over there policing the black communities, and they had it looks like military out there.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that was in downtown Los Angeles, but I saw that yesterday. Anybody know about that?
Of downtown Los Angeles.
No, I on Twitter they had it was a news article where they had the police department in military gear going into black communities enforcing whatever in black communities.
I heard a little bit about it.
So and they had they had the tanks.
Wow.
Man, it's crazy, man. You can't even, what's it called? You can't even
I gotta look this up.
walk through the
I'm looking
store.
find this article.
But I know you can have the bad people.
Yeah, exactly, Monique, Queen. You're right, Monique. They've been doing it for a long time. And even I remember within the five boroughs of New York a long time ago. I see something like that when I was like, I believe 11 or 12. And I'm talking about like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, they've been doing this shit. So now with this state of emergency that he just declared, when there's actually really no emergency, because if he had an issue with Mexican people, they've been here long enough, especially in North Carolina, they're deep out here. So they've been here. That wall is not going to stop them from coming. So it's something else behind this whole fake state of emergency, and by him declaring this, is more to it.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Everything is behind it. Everything is behind something. You know what I'm saying? You can ask somebody for a gallon of milk or beer or what's it called? Something's behind it.
Yeah, because Monique said it's not a fucking emergency. This is what I'm saying. It's not an emergency. We haven't, nobody has declared war on this country. There's no, only people that's doing terroristic acts are white people. So if anybody needs to have a wall built, they need to be shipped off some fucking where. But this is the smoke screens. So we got to figure out what is this? What is this? What's really going on?
What state of emergency? But you had Barack Obama try to be responsible for ISIS, and when he left, the ISIS just left, right? The ISIS just left. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? When Trump became president, ISIS just left. Just left.
They never left. They still there.
Yeah, that's right. There's something going on with that.
Family, when you come in, hit the like button.
What we saying is there is no emergency. He declared a fake ass emergency for the country. And the only way he should be declaring emergency if we under attack, and we're not. So this is some bullshit.
That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's a BS right there. That's a BS right there.
But if we was really in a
Like,
state of emergency,
I'm gonna tell you
walk
this.
out
I'm
our
gonna
door.
tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. He might got some Russians up in the joint. He might have some Russians up in the joint. It sure ain't Iran. It sure ain't what's it called? Because you pull the boys out, but it might be some Russians. Cause you talk joke about us black folks and all that, and Mexicans, all that. It might be some Russians. That's what I said about Sergei Kovalov. He's a Russian. You feel what I'm saying? There might be some Russians behind that and try to make us feel bad or whatever you attack us. So I hope they the Russians.
Yeah, and tonight, family, I will have as usual. I will have the fellowship dinner live tonight. So I don't know what time it's going to have. It's going maybe it's going between 6, 7, 8, maybe no later than that. So watch out for that, family. And it's all about all the ones who just heard it. I had it every Sunday. It's all about we eat at the table, talk about issues, solutions, also have a good time. So want y'all to come back, all right? Because I am not going to send out no invites on that. I'm not. So watch out for that. Tell people to come. Want to join the panel? That's up to y'all. Drop your email in the chat. And let's say even the ones in the chat right now. If you want to come on the panel, drop the email in the chat. Let me copy it down. And I'll be more than happy to get you on to continue this. I'm sorry I cut you off. I'm sorry about y'all. Y'all keep it going. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, Monique said something, and I see you did invite her, but pretty much in a nutshell, this state of emergency is a smoke screen for whatever the bigger picture is, and we need to be on alert because there's no reason for him to declare a state of emergency when this country is not under attack by by other foreign countries. So this is some
Yeah, yeah.
bullshit. We need to be aware of what's really going down. See, they playing chess. They playing the plot has been here. But see, when the country has been destabilized, the economy, we have really money is worthless. The currency is gone. You know what I'm saying? So they've been living off of fake. We've been living off of paper, and so it's just a
Might as
lot
well
that we
say
have to be
counterfeit.
watching and looking at this point.
Yeah, you might as well say counterfeit.
Yeah, it
Might as
is
well say
counterfeit.
counterfeit money.
Yeah, it is. It is. And so we don't.
That's crazy.
I just didn't understand what was the reason. Like, what's so important? Like somebody said yesterday, and I was watching a YouTuber, and he said the wall that they're building is to keep us in, not to stop people from coming in, but to keep us in.
You know what? They can go to American Airlines and all that and come on through here with a passport, with a good passport or fake passport. With that, you know what I'm saying? They can come out there with a fake passport and do all that. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Mexicans with all this mess and all these people they can come up with a fake passport and fly down here with LA to New York to doggone Virginia to North Carolina to Texas to doggone Wisconsin and every doggone thing else with a fake passport. What you
It's
gonna
not.
do about it?
But you really got to think about it. It's not about the Mexicans because, like I said, they've been here. They're here in North Carolina. They're deep in Arizona. They're deep in Texas. They're in California. They're all over. So if you
Yeah,
really
that's
had
what I was saying,
a problem,
man.
if you really had a problem, you could have stopped this a long time ago. And it's not only Mexicans. You got all these other foreigners that are coming here. So why are you just trying to pretend like you just focusing on them? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Black. You know what I'm saying? Because you know,
It's
you
everybody
know,
that's over here.
yep. It's open. It's open season for people that's what I'm saying, doing all these crimes and all this good stuff, and don't report them. You know what I'm saying? It is messed up for me. Why is y'all here, doggone, try to leave it a free will, but you want to commit crimes? You go take a risk for doggone doing all that other stuff, so you can get deported. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's crazy. Why you gonna risk your life, risk your deportation of a submarine? You done messed up at, and you need to be released. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man. Other than that, Miss Black.
Monique, I see the link.
But yeah, but the with the wall, say if he builds this wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
First he said it was going to be made out of concrete. Then he said it was going to be made out of steel. Actually, they're just going to be repairing the holes in the fence. They have tunnels, miles and miles and miles of
Yep,
tunnels.
that's right. Just like the Underground Railroad, like Harriet
Really, you
Tubman.
not if whoever wants to get into this country is going to get into this country.
That's right.
Whether it's Mexican people, whether it be Arab people, whether it be the Europeans from England and Germany and Poland and Sweden and all of these other different Eastern European countries. The funny thing is, he speaks about immigration, but his wife is an immigrant. Nobody is calling this shit out. Like his first wife was an immigrant. Now the third wife is an immigrant.
Yeah, you know
But
what?
you
That's a
got a
good point.
problem with people that are immigrants, but you married to one. So let's stop with the hypocrisy.
Damn,
It's
damn hell.
no.
Hey,
She
I'm gonna tell you this, Miss Black.
she can hardly talk English.
Yeah, you doggone right. Hell, you might as well be have Miss Marla Maples up in there for years. You know what I'm saying? You got Ivanka Trump, missing Ivanka from what from overseas, but you ain't got Marla Maples. So, but what you say, Miss Black? Understandable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened with Miss Marla Maples. You know what I'm saying, Miss Black?
I'm sorry, I had left. I apologize. What'd you say?
He had Miss Marla Maples.
Yeah, she was the only one that was American.
That's
But
right.
his first wife was from Eastern Europe, and
Mm-hmm.
his third wife is from Eastern Europe. And she's not. See, this is the hypocrisy of white people because you have a problem. You call this woman the first lady very easily. She's not American. Her family
That's
was
right.
also brought over here. He signed some type of documents so they could come. But you got a problem with other immigrants that are non-white.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right, Miss Black.
I'm not speaking for the Mexicans neither because they got issues. They don't fuck with black people. They
Mm-hmm.
don't deal with us. Not really. They don't. But what I'm saying is, if you have a problem with immigrants and immigration, You look crazy because your wife is one who's sitting in the White. I don't know if she's sitting in the White House with him, but she's considered the first lady of this country, and she's an immigrant. I mean, how crazy is that? That's the mind fuck
Yeah, that
that
is.
they trying to play with people. That's it. That's the craziness of it all. But the white folks say, well, she's okay because she's a white immigrant. She's not a brown immigrant.
Yeah,
But
that's crazy. But I got a
yeah,
question. I want a question to
but
ask
I'm
you.
not.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. JT. You know what I'm saying, Miss Black.
Black native.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. They don't
They
want us over here. You know what I'm saying?
But JT, can I ask you a question?
Right.
What do you think about the this movement that's going on called the American Descendants of Slaves and us discussing the reparations? Because I see a lot of people who are black people but are not of black slave people who are descendants of slaves who are in opposition of this movement that's going on right now.
I tell the truth. I got a. I heard about a little bit on Black Panther, but I think that
Hold on.
when you have other nationalities want to march in with what we need that we rightfully forbid, to me that's troublesome to me. And so to me it's like when for me it's like when are we gonna put ourselves first? And like I always said, we always want to go after these phantom talks and um these phantom rallies and these phantom movements and stuff. So I feel like if anybody's gonna head up, it should be head up. But from the top down, from the top all the way to the bottom, everybody, like I always said, people, all of us, I mean, us as melanin people should be on the same accord. So when they had other people, right, right, I mean, like, be within the movement. Nah. If you want to support from the distance of the movement, put money into it or whatever it is, yeah, you could do that. But in the movement, the other nationalities, nah, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's like they don't like. I was going into a debate with someone yesterday as far as I don't know where he was from. He claimed he was black. I don't know, but I said, what is the issue that other people seem to have because black people are asking to be repaid for the 250 or 300 years of free labor that built this economy that you all freely enjoying. We didn't come over here freely. You did. So what is the issue that you have now? Because we're saying, look, we're sinking. We're sinking financially. Our money doesn't stay in the community but for 5 or 10 minutes and it's gone. We are dying. We need to look out for self at this point because we've looked out for everybody else. And now they have a problem with this. So now, like I said, we in the age of Aquarius where everything is being revealed and you just gotta watch and see because the people that was standing there when we was down and out and down and trying, they was good with that, but now we're saying, hey, look, we want money now because we built this economy and ain't no way of you getting around that fact. No way. There's no way that you can't say we didn't do this. So why do you not believe that we deserve some type of money from the government, which is long overdue? We're not asking for no handout. This is supposed to be here.
Oh yeah, yes, ma'am, yes,
So,
ma'am.
we got a lot of other black people who is in opposition of this.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Yeah, you gotta work for a long time to do that. What you do, and you what's it
When
called?
he said
What,
it's
what
not
I
going
heard about?
to not going to happen.
Some stuff it ain't gonna happen. But if you're strong in there, keep on put their foot on their necks. Some, but some you had to wait for a minute. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. You just had to keep the course and stay on their necks. That's how I say. Stay on
Yeah,
their
I
damn
mean,
necks.
it is what it is. It's about it's everybody. And see, I know Monique is an Israelite because I could see what she's saying. So everybody has come over to this country and has benefited off of our backs. And I'm keeping it all the way funky. And I tweeted that, like, let's keep it real. We're not gonna keep sugarcoating, and if people's feelings get hurt in the process, oh well. But it's survival at this point.
That's right.
It is what it is. They're over here going in black communities with military gear and tanks at this point.
Yep.
We can't keep feeling sorry for other people when they ain't got our back. And it sounds selfish, but we gotta be selfish at this point.
That's right. That's
We
just
have
like
to be. If we don't, they
JT.
not looking out for us. Who?
Yep. Just like Jesus say. Hey JT, I know you can relate to this. You gotta you gotta watch your back and watch your front. Because the brothers and sisters who front, they be on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying, Mr. JT?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Cause it's just messed up right here from New York and to the big cities to the little cities, man. You know? And you
Mm-hmm.
got I do but I'm gonna tell you this, man.
Mm-hmm.
The people these white folks in the rural areas in the country have I seen one last month.
Mm-hmm.
They had 52 horses and dogs. You know what I'm saying? But you have a horse, you have 52 horses that died, but you let the dogs eat the other dogs. That's in North Carolina. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
He
Yeah,
said.
Wow.
He
I
said
know
what?
that's glory talk. I know that's glory talk, but it don't make no sense. You got black people that can take care of horses and dogs and joy, but what when the white folks do it, they get a slap on the wrist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us black folks taking care of our dogs and horses, they want to give us the electric chair plus lethal injection. And that's messed up about that.
Well, I mean, we dealing with. We have to gain our planet back, and it's like we not understanding what's really going down. Like they are trying to block the sun because we need vitamin D. We need the sun to live. We are a whole group, totally different type of people. Our DNA is totally different, and they're doing everything that they can to try to destroy us. And it's like financially, mentally, economically, in imprisonment. It's just we can just go down the list, and now we we got to really look at where we at and really sit back and be like, yo, this shit is not no game. This ain't no joke. It ain't never been a game. We've been laughing and joking and acting like coons and performing and doing. Nah, that shit is over. That should have been gone. Look at our communities. We don't even have a community.
Mm-hmm.
We had one. We had them. They ain't there no more.
Yeah.
We don't own shit.
If all of us, all of us black people won't be here, what they'll do then?
Chemtrails, right? Chemtrails. It all. I mean,
That's
it's
what.
just a whole bunch of stuff. We gotta get our planet back because they are destroying our planet. And if
That's
we
right.
don't get our planet back, we will be destroyed along with this planet.
Yeah.
That's why I call myself Black Native because I'm a native to this planet. This is
That's
my
right.
planet, and it's your planet, and it's JT planet. The original
That's right.
beings on this planet. They don't even know how long we've been here. I
It's
need to go. We need to
everybody.
go deep. I'm not sugarcoating, and I'm not. This is it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you this: if you go, what's it called? Um, a black woman, a woman go after a white man, or a white woman, a black man go after a white woman. That's on you. But don't forget where you came from. Don't forget where you come from, man. Don't forget where you come from. So you go do all that, but don't don't let these white man or white woman allow you. Don't allow you where you come from, man. You know what I'm saying? Man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Because we here too, from America too. We come from America too. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying?
From America.
Where you come from? You know what I'm saying? It's just messed up. It is. It's a free world, the free world we living in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, it get very tiresome, man. Yeah,
Okay.
people for
Who's the
the
sister up
polluted.
on the panel?
That's the one and only Monica Mo Justice. Welcome to the panel, Queen.
Welcome to the panel, sister.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
All
Hello.
right. So,
I can't be in the chat, so
what happened? We can't be in the chat. You was in the chat too.
no, I was in the chat under my original account.
But
So I'm still blocked as the other one.
I don't
It's a,
understand because I took care of that already.
yeah, I don't know why. Cause I was chatting as the other person, as Monica Mo Justice, but you couldn't see that. You was speaking to Monique. And you can't see it because I went and I looked the other way. That's why I went in as the other person, as my other account.
Oh, okay. So why
So
you
you
okay, go
can
ahead.
are you Kill? Is that your account?
Hmm.
Was that you that was in the chat?
I was in the chat, but I came in as my original account, the one I don't use here on the YouTube that much.
Oh,
But I just was doing
oh,
a test. But I gave him I gave him the email for Monica Mo Justice.
oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now, Monica, you hear where everything was going on. Put your input in, please.
Hmm.
And welcome.
There was a lot of things stated here. Like I want to differentiate where we're getting the information from because being here on the YouTube in like the last year and a half, I learned so many different things. Like I learned about chemtrails, so I believe they exist. And after listening to many videos and stuff like that, but I don't believe in all the stuff. I don't think there's tanks rolling down streets. I don't believe that there are that there's martial law in effect somewhere or that people are plotting or planning for martial law. If so, where at? Give better context around it. These are just all, to me, statements being thrown out on the YouTube that people hear and they spread and they continue to spread it around. Where is the concrete evidence of it? What is backing these stories up?
Okay, this story that I spoke of, it's an article. I'm on my phone live, and I don't know if I
Mhm.
can find this article and find this post and find these pictures. This wasn't on YouTube.
Okay, so
This
what
was
is
on
the
Twitter.
article?
I can't. I'm speaking to you on my
Oh,
phone.
okay.
I will have to get my phone to go to my Twitter account to find this article that came out yesterday. And I don't know if it was the Washington Post. I don't know what, but you can't believe a lot of the media, but it's actual pictures. So I'm like, what's going on? So I will have to get off. I don't know if I can still be on the live and go to my account to find this article so I
Well,
can pull it up.
what was the focus of the article? And maybe I could find it because you know I'm doing.
Our community was under siege. I
So
need to
which
get off here. I'll find it because I don't want to misquote anything. I want to be accurate. So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna come back.
okay.
All right.
I'll be back.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it's good. I think it's good if we find out what the source is and speak from there. Speak out. What was the other thing? There was something else that was said.
Okay.
So I was just sitting here listening, and I'm like, you know, oh, we were talking about Donald Trump and his war and his state of emergency. Some people can't deal with defeat. And the Republican Party, in its current leadership, happens to be that petty. These are men, predominantly men, who plotted when we had the first Black president that they would not let him, they would not support him in his endeavors. So this is just, again, another attempt of how they can manipulate the process. And that's all they've been doing since we've had Obama as president. So they're continuing their reign of terror in 2019. Like, this is what they've been doing. They've been doing this since 2009. We are 10 years into the same type of Congress with the same type of leadership, especially when we're dealing with Mitch McConnell, whatever the hell his name is. I look at him, I think of him as a cricket. But it's the same type of leadership over there. So they try creative ways to usurp the Constitution. And that's what they've done. They did that with the Supreme Court appointees. They've manipulated the system in such a way that Obama's last pick wasn't even heard, didn't even get a hearing. But they came in and put their own person in and just continued usurping the process. So this state of emergency is just because the optics on having the company shut down while you wait, while you dispute paying for a wall that he clearly said Mexico would pay for. You understand? Like, yeah. But the problem is that people are not, and I keep saying this, like, no one's repeatedly playing clips of him saying, build the wall and Mexico is going to pay for it. They're just going on right now just saying, we're not going to pay for it. We're not going to use tax dollars. You need to make a fool of him. They're not rerunning those clips of him saying Mexico is going to pay for it. They allude to it sometimes in their statements and say he was supposed to get this funded from someplace else. You have to remind people over and over again of what his promise was. And because he's failing to meet that political promise, he'll take all of us down with him. That's what we've seen occur.
Okay. I hear that. Jane J from the LDBC. You want to elaborate on that?
Well, I'm sorry about that. I had to doggone feed my dogs for a minute.
Oh, okay. No, well, okay. Well,
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay,
But
I would say this, that we gotta do our due diligence to double check everything. But I know this much, that us as people, we still under attack, no matter if you're a black man, black woman. And I said this, and I, I had to talk to some of my god kids about this and everything. That the things that you see right now, does it's not true. Um, they are even, propaganda. People say what they want. They still pushing this heterosexual on us. I mean, homosexual. I mean, and make sure that heterosexual is like a curse or something. And and we gotta talk about that. We have to talk about gay men that is really prospering, of the media, and even like lesbian women in our community, and they are being used as a damn cupcake, as a rotten cupcake that you throw in the goddamn garbage. We got to talk about issues like that. Also, we got to warn our kids that what's going on. I think it's very important. I think that anybody that's out there in our community, that we have lasting information that's going to benefit our community, we need to pass it out. I'm not saying to pass it to everybody out, because everybody's not going to be receptive to what's going on. So the ones like that, be ghost. Understand that. But the ones that is really needed,
like
we
that
got.
too.
Let me finish. Let me finish. It's very James J. Good looking, and we have to have more insight of what's going on. Now I talk to people too. I'm not one to deal with no political underrated JT. You better know what the hell is going on from the local, state, and all the way up to nationally. You better know what the hell is going on. And that's some of our problem of our people too. And that's what some of the nationalities, they get what they want. And so, you know, child mindset. Let's learn to work with each other, even the ones that we don't know. Let's channel what's going on. I'm saying, like, let's go in each other's houses sometimes, and let's talk what's the game plan for us as a people. Cook. When you cook, make a dish. Everybody come with a dish. You don't come with a soda, come with wine, come with liquor, whatever it is. Let's have this serious dialogue and everything, because little by little, our agenda is being last. So that means we got to create this, and the ones that look like us, that work in that deals with mainstream media, hell with them. So it's got to be up to us. So that means each of us got to bring our activists up, and it goes for me too. So that's what it's got to do. Because they not gonna do. They they set for next 30 or 40 years. I'm talking about the ones that work in mainstream media. Because after they 30, 40 years up, they gonna throw their asses out. They gonna say next. Then it's gonna be another crop of coons and coonettes gonna carry on. Get that. So go ahead, James. Jane. After that, Monica, you can follow that up while trying to get some people
on. Been a whole lot of cools up in here lately. Sorry about that. I had to get the dollars up. But I'm telling you this, man. Been a whole lot of cools up in here. Everybody LDPC said this. They gonna find somebody. They gonna find somebody to doggone clean up their mess. You know what I'm saying? Try to clean up their mess. And they done messed up on. So it's just very depressing. You have to use a black man just to doggone clean up y'all mess. And y'all doing it. you doing the same damn thing as the white folks do. You know what I'm saying? Just as the white folks do. And it's very depressing to hear people doing that mess, man. It just messing up the black folks, the white folks. It just for example, Jussie Smollett or something like that. And it's just you doing that boy cry wolf is enjoy it like that. Don't do that, man. You just messing us up. The black women, the black men, the black women, and all that. Don't play that boy the cry wolf. You just messing us up. Shout out to Town Biz, man, with the update, man. And Superboy and all them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna mess us up because you messed up at 2:00 in the morning in Chicago.
Yeah.
Don't do
Oh
that.
yeah. Monica and Monique, I just took your emails off the chat so nobody will not get it. All right. So I had to take it off. All right. Make sure you're good.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So, but I can say this though. That's excellent points you made. You know, James. But I say it like this though. I come from a time, and I know people go, "Oh, you talking about the good old times?" You know, like Gladys Knight. I don't say her name Gladys because she, you know, they pimp her out, you know, on Super Bowl. So, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm already gonna be nice today. Gonna be nice today. You know the way we were. But I remember that be around our people, despite what conditions we in back then, and then we act on it. And there was a trigger down of our kids. And it wasn't really all about no status. It wasn't all about no class. You know, when you were middle class and everything, you had an obligation to help out the ones that are less fortunate. But throughout the years, I got older and born and raised in New York. And I've been traveling a little bit. Our people's a disconnect. And while I see that, now I can say I don't know what's going on, but like I always said, visual never lie. And so I don't know. Our military swag is it's gone. We gotta find a way to get it back. So our family is breaking up limb by limb by limb by limb. And you know, I know of us. We're trying to bring the truth. I know that. I see some people. Some of my people is doing it. I do. I see it. It's got to be more. It's got to be more. No, it's got to be more. Sick.
Yeah, the crazy stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be the boy that cry wolf on your mess. When it comes down to it. You can't do that. Don't do it. Cause it's gonna mess us up. You know what I'm saying? Buddy system. You know what I'm saying? We in the military. Buddy system. If you mess up, so we're gonna have to do the 100 to 1,000 push-ups and sit-ups because of your actions. You know what I'm saying? So don't mess us up because you made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Don't make that mistake and have us do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. You probably be doggone built like a champ. But other than that, man, you just can't do it, man. You just can't do it. You can have a brother or sister built, but some people go get tired of that. And I see Full Metal Jacket, and I see it on the visual. You can see that on the visual. When you mess up, and you have to do something for your wrongdoing, they gonna do something to you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get tired of that, just like that. Gomer Pyle or something, the big man Gomer Pyle. Listen up, he messing up because his wrongdoing. You have to do something about it. And you got people up here beat your stomach up with doggone what a pillowcase filled with doggone soap, and they go get your game on that. So don't mess up. You know what I'm saying? Don't mess up on that. You try to get it together, but you let these white folks get it together because you know for your wrongdoing because you want to mess up. You know what I'm saying? I want people. Because I used to be in the military myself. You know what I'm saying? I used to mess up too. I used
Yeah,
to
mute your mic, Black Native.
I
Huh?
used, I
Mute your mic. Too much noise. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
I used to mess up too, and it made that people, you know, say go after me and talk to me because the stuff I mess up too. Because this ain't no game out here, man. So people, brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, to the black people right here, and I just seen a couple of joints on the other day. They found the black boy the other day in Robinson County in North Carolina. They found him, but but you know who messed up? He kidnapped the black man and kidnapped him. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no trust in that. And I was just like, man. And then,
Okay.
and then the other brother from Illinois, that was messed up too. And now I'm just really mad about that because the brother from North Carolina they got fouled, and the brother from Illinois they shot up everybody. It just messing us up. And
Whoa.
what happened?
Now, hold on. Mute your mic, Black Native.
That's not me.
That's not you. Oh.
No.
Okay.
Man, you know what? So let me tell you this, man. Us black folks don't get influenced in the system. Don't get influenced by the system. Let them
Okay.
do that. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
Okay. All right. Before I get to Black Native, Monica, if there's anything you want to add on, please.
No, I just want to hear the information that she went to go look up. I'm very interested in that.
Got you. Okay. Okay. Go ahead, Black Native.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't retweet it, and I was scrolling, but I couldn't find it, so I can't speak on it. But it was an article. I don't remember what news article. What new? Normally, I retweet things, so if I retweet it, it'll show on my page, but I didn't. I don't. I think I just saw it and was reading it and kept scrolling, so I didn't find it. But it was something that came out there, so that's what it was taking me so long because I was trying to scroll through my tweets and looking up under different people's pages to see if somebody else might have had the article, but I couldn't find it. So
all right, we'll
sorry,
just
y'all.
look out. We'll be on the lookout for it because it's
Yeah,
gotta be out.
I don't know if it was the I don't remember the. I don't think it was the Washington Post. I'm trying to think of what if it was if it was what state. I don't know if it was Baltimore because I was reading it and I was glancing over it, and if I would have retweeted it, I can go back on my page and find it and pull it up. But what I did find, which might be of interest, is the Black Caucus, and they came out with a statement, and they were speaking on 21 Savage being deported and immigration, which I found odd because they are the Black Caucus and they're speaking on immigration issues. So yeah, that was.
Oh, you know why they're speaking on immigration? Because we have a strong West Indian population that would be impacted by these immigration laws. So while everyone was focused on the Mexicans, people forgot that immigrants come from all different places.
Yeah, black immigrants come from Haiti, Jamaica, Virgin Islands. They're all here. I'm from New York. I don't know if you're from New York as well. So it's a melting pot of everybody. But,
I'm from New York, yes.
Yeah, so you already know that it's a melting pot of all different cultures. And if you're from the Bronx or Brooklyn, that's mainly like a lot of certain parts of Brooklyn is nothing but people from the islands and from the Caribbean. But what I found, most people, like you said, are focusing on the Mexicans because that's who Donald Trump seems to keep focusing on, or that's what he's trying to have us believe that, you know, that's the main focus. Like you said, and I spoke on it about the wall. He said he was going to have Mexico build it. And somehow Mexico already said they're not doing it. And that was his pledge. That's what he ran on. That was his main talking point throughout his whole running for the presidency, his whole, when he was running. And people seem to have forgotten that you said Mexico was going to build this wall and they're not doing it. So now you holding the taxpayers hostage now, the country.
Oh, he went
because
further.
You said.
He went further the other day. He said that he was taking the money from the Chinese and the Japanese and the Koreans, and he said he was using that money to pay for it. He was basically admitted to robbing Peter to pay Paul. But I think he missed how government works, and this is how they balance the budget, is that they budget something to pay for something else. So you can't just take one line item and pay for it out of the other. It's not like balancing your own personal checkbook. And that's what he has confused here in government. And no one's helping him understand how government really works. They are content with his ignorance being the leadership, because I feel like they're running circles around him, doing whatever it is that they want to do in the positions that they hold.
Yeah, because they know that he's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's a, he doesn't really know politics. They know politics, so they playing them.
Right. He's just a person of interest, or he's just sitting in a position. He is basically, to me, a puppet.
Yeah.
That's why he was so mad when Hillary Clinton called him a puppet. You know, you have to look at folks and see what really makes them tick. And he got so pissed in that debate when she said to him he was a puppet because he understands that he's limited and that he's dependent on other people. He's always said that even when he was the apprentice, he depends on other people to get him to the next level of success. So
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. We ain't had nothing like this since.
Why is he's so low? I
I'm
can't
gonna
hear
tell you
him.
this. We ain't had nothing like this since Ronald Reagan. And you know how Ronald Reagan did. What you think about that, Mr. JT?
Oh, me by Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, we ain't had nothing like this since Ronald Reagan. You know what I'm saying?
I can't. For me, all of them is the same to me. Only Ronald Reagan, like now, people probably say, "Oh, yeah, Ronald Reagan, he protect the United States." I'm talking about in military sense. But what about the crack epidemic?
I agree with him. I can agree with him. He's talking about Iran Contra and how they were running the government, how they were running and doing that behind the scenes without it just seems like the country was running. There was a figurehead, but the country was running itself. That would be the same thing under a couple of administrations since then. We've had instances where you could say, because I think Bush Jr., they had the Cheney effect. So we've seen, especially from the Republican leadership, we've seen instances wherein they can't lead. And that their tactics or their behind the scenes tactics have made things worse.
Okay.
Yes,
anybody want to go more on that?
Hey,
What? How the Republicans' tactics have made the country worse?
Well, yeah.
Yes, because remember, even though we had a Democratic president, we had a Congress that was all led by Republicans. In order to push the president's agenda, it had to go through Congress. So what could or could not get through was based on that demographic of the leadership.
Yeah, well, the Republicans, see that Malcolm X said they're all Democrats and Republicans are all from the same tree. They're all the same snake. One just comes at you a different way and misleads you a little bit more than the other. But as far as the country's been going downhill. Technically, I'm going to say for the past maybe 30 years.
Yes, ma'am.
But now it's in full force. See, the government is in chaos right now. They're trying to act like it's not, but it's chaotic. You could see it being played out in front of us, but we're not. It's like a lot of us are not seeing it for what it is. The country is falling, and so unfortunately, we're here. So we have to deal with what's happening. Only thing I could say, as a people, while they're shambles, we need to be getting our stuff in order, building, because they are in shambles. Rome is falling. Rome is falling. That's all I gotta say about it.
That's right.
Talk up, JMJ. People said they're not hearing you. Talk up a little bit, please. Thank you.
Oh, sorry about that. Got a charge on my phone, but other than that, man, two wrongs don't make a right. If it's Democrat or Republicans, sometimes you gotta have. Well, we had one that was what? What's that? Republicans and Democrats. That's they ain't down with that, but what they is now. You feel what I'm saying, sir, Mr. JT? I forgot what it was. If you don't want to vote for the Democrats and the Republicans, you know what it is.
Let me say it
You know
again.
what
I didn't catch you saying.
Come on, Republicans. You don't want to vote for Republicans or Democrats, but you want to vote for the same beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And then at the same time, we cannot leave out the independents too.
Yeah.
We cannot leave them out, family, because the independents, they playing two fences.
Yep.
It's an echo in the back end.
Yeah, because you try to get Republicans and Democrats.
I can't hear him.
No, I was saying Republicans. You know what they is, Democrats what they is, but you gotta have another structure for you know what I'm saying, for us to vote for that man that can do everything. You know what I'm saying?
You can't put another structure in place unless you know that structure is holding 34%.
Oh, okay.
The only reason why I'm saying that is because we know that Trump was elected by 33% of his Republican votes. So we know that there's a 33% balance over there that they got. So to put in a third party, if you have a strong third party, you would be dividing the country in a third. So you would need 34% to win. So
yeah,
even putting in a independent group to come up here, you would have to get 34% of the American people to be on that party if you ever want to sustain a win. The persons that can probably pull that off right now are the Bernie Sanders types. But who they would be dividing is the Democratic Party. You would have to have some crossovers that come from out of the Republican Party. And that's why I said the Bernie Sanders type, because they were able, or his campaign was able to pull people from the independent as well as the Democratic grouping, but we are not sure, and we haven't seen enough evidence of what did they pull from the Republican, from the standing Republicans to make that party stronger.
Yeah, that's true. And also,
but what about the Electoral College? Because they are actually putting the president, and technically, if we went by popular vote, Hillary won. But the Electoral College in each state has to have some type of regulations as well, because that's how he won.
You have to have, I think we discussed this, well, I mentioned it earlier when I was live. We would have to plant people in those states. But I said earlier, we can't plant us because we are people of color, depending, no matter what spectrum it is. We couldn't go live in some of those states that took over the Electoral College. You would have to do that with Caucasians, because it would have to be people that look like them.
Yeah.
So we couldn't move we couldn't move into some of those pockets to make a change.
But like Montana. But you got to look at the states who have the highest electoral colleges that put. I think North Carolina was one. California.
Yeah.
Like was the New. I mean, I think he needed like each state. He needed a certain amount.
Yeah.
In order to get in, and that have the highest electoral college votes, they have to have the most minorities in there to be able to swing those, to swing the votes, to change it. So,
but where it counts, we don't have the people.
Yeah, that's true. And J Dog was saying that that's a good point. He taught the other two parties, the Liberation Party, and what other party you say? I'm sorry. Let me go back on the chat. And in the Green Party. Now those two parties also always acted among independents. So sometimes they play a significant role of the swing vote between the Democrats and Republicans, and also Jay Daw talked about the progressive movement too. That's a good one. So, but we gotta talk. I just want to throw that in because sometimes we don't. I mean, I can say yeah, but some of us we just do not talk about those two parties. But sometimes, especially in the national elections, them two parties play a big part of the swing votes and everything. So, y'all can go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man.
Gotta talk up, J, my brother.
Because I can't hear him.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. But we need to have a see the Republicans and the Democrats. We don't know what they're gonna do. We just have to have a independent president or something like that. We ain't had. I guess we ain't had that in since never. You know, we just gotta have that, man. Because
But see, Donald Trump is somewhat of an independent. He's not fully a Republican and he was a Democrat. He is an independent, but he's being controlled by the Republican Party. But he is an independent because he's not a politician at
right,
all.
yeah,
But
Ronald
see,
Reagan type.
he decided to join or be maneuvered by the Republican Party.
He
And
just
he's a
started.
racist.
Yeah,
So
well, just like
is
Joe.
independent. He
I
was part of the Democrats. He was always a Democrat, and then he switched to become a Republican for their agenda. But he doesn't really have like he wasn't he's not in government per se. He is now because he's the president, but he wasn't before.
well, you know what? You know what? He not used to doing government. You know what I'm saying? But, doing all this stuff till he got voted in. But what I said to him, you
Yeah, I
know,
can barely hear you. Now had he ran as a Democrat and had his and was for the Democratic Party and
uh-huh.
he was an independent but under the Democratic banner, things for the better because he
That's
doesn't
right.
seem like
That's
he's
right.
following directions from anybody at this point. He's a loose cannon.
But I told JT this. He could be like an Archie Bunker from All in the Family, but he could change up, but in the heat of the night when they had the black dude, but other than that, man, if he ain't gonna do none of that, we all in serious trouble. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all see All of the Family. I know you know about that, Mr. JT.
Exactly.
But other than that, man, hopefully he get it together. But he's so much in this basketball.
I mean, because if he had become the if he I don't think he's gonna get it together because he has too much hate.
Yeah,
I have an echo. Hold on a minute. Let me turn this off. He has too much disdain for Obama.
Right.
Whatever, Obama took shots at him when he was in office, so he's taking it personal.
Yeah.
He's petty. Um, he he's just like overall really. We don't need this type of person because he's not. He's hot headed. He doesn't forgive. He doesn't show compassion.
Right.
And these are not good traits to be the leader
Yes, ma'am.
of
Yes,
this country. That's why it's falling.
yes, ma'am.
He's bringing it down. I mean, it was falling already, but he's helping along. He's helping along with it, and they can't control him. The Democrats can't control him.
That's right. That's why I was afraid of. You know, when Nancy Pelosi took over, AD, you had all the Democrats flooded. He gonna try to do something that's gonna infiltrate the Democrats. So it's very depressing. About how the Democrats how they gonna do here. You know, that's crazy, man.
What's that noise in the background?
Who me? Is that me?
No, I hear some noise in the background, man.
Who me?
I don't know. I don't know who it is, but I hear some noise in the background.
Um,
If it is, mute your mic. Go ahead, James J. Go ahead. And after that, Monica, I want you to follow up, please.
but very depressing how Republicans and Democrats can, you know, um, come in cahoots and all that. Some would come in cahoots, but some of them just, don't care. Just there for a paycheck. He try to what's it called? Try to get us together, the blacks, the whites, the blacks in actuality to get that stuff together, man. Other than that, man, I'm just very disappointed, man. You know what I'm saying? People go to the army and go to wars and stuff. Hey, you got this stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? In the USA, and people in the military try to what's it called battle wars so we can have our stuff together. You know, and that's what's up. And that's what's up behind me, man. Because I used to be in the military. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My apologies. I stepped away for a moment, but the last I heard you speaking on was the different parties, the different political parties, the progressives, the Green Party, etc. If we divide ourselves in 4 or 5 or 6 slices, then we have no opportunities to win ever. It will be a Republican state forever. So people need to be conscious of that when they're talking about the different parties that are out there, because they don't represent the Republicans. They're normally representative of the Democratic people that have split, unless you're looking at conservatives. And I don't think conservatives are creating their own party at this moment.
Okay. Cool. The ones in the okay, somebody mute the mic. Noise in the background. But I want to ask a question to everybody. Also, let's start from Black Native and all the way down. Then go hit Monica. Then last James J. We know two 2020 elections is around the corner. You know that every 4 years they always come for our vote as a people. Now, start from Black Native. What we should do with our vote.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if I'm on a whole different thing with the Black agenda and specifics. We have to buckle down, nail down, and be specific on a Black agenda that's going to be speaking on issues that are pertaining to the Black community. If I don't hear that, and if you know whoever's running, you got Kamala Harris, you got Cory Booker, you have I think Hillary's trying to get back in. I don't know if that's word on the street. I'm not voting. I'm sorry, I'm just not. And I'll let Donald Trump stay in office for another 4 more years.
Okay, Monica.
At this point, it's so premature. I just said this morning I have to pick up this lady's book, Kamala, and read it. I'm not impressed with her. My first impressions always last the longest, and I'm not impressed. So I'm just trying to arm myself with more details about her. Cory Booker may be the only one so far out of everyone that's put their name in the hat that has some kind of experience running government, but is this too much too soon for him? I think so, yes. So I don't think I'm going in that direction. And all the other people haven't said anything that convinced me. Pocahontas, and I'm using Donald Trump's words. What is she? She's a financial czar. That's it. That running the country, I don't know. I haven't seen anyone yet come out of the Democratic Party that I feel confident enough to say I'm gonna put my vote is on that person, or I'm with her or him. And I'm not going to engage in campaigning for folks that really don't have my best interest in their foresight.
So what are you going to do? If there's no one that's out there, like right now,
I'll vote for Mickey Mouse. I'll go in, I'll vote, but we get to write in names, I'll write in a name. There's no way I'm not going to go to the polls and not exercise a vote one way or the other. Okay. Like I have to participate in it. I might I'll cast away as I have done in the past, but there's no way I won't participate in the process as it engages itself. That makes them a winner. They're depending on us being frustrated by the process and not participating on it. They are sitting around board tables saying, they'll get frustrated enough, they just won't show up. They'll be distracted enough because they have to stand on long lines, they'll leave. They're depending on us not to have the fight in us to see the process through. See, this is why I was saying earlier, we don't know what it means not to have the ability to vote. It's a privilege to us at this point in time that people are just taking advantage of and saying, I'm not going to use it. This is me saying I'm F the system. But at the end of the day, when we didn't have the opportunity to vote and people stood in line and they walked and they did whatever they needed to do to participate in the process, and they got dogs turned on them and fire hoses sprayed on them, they understood what that vote meant. It may have diminished its capacity now because we've become so privileged to it that we don't understand that it's a right and that rights need to be enforced. If you fail to enforce the rights, then folks will definitely take it away from you. And we must also be knowledgeable of the fact that the Supreme Court has lifted some of the restrictions that they were under that gave us the right to vote. So they're going back on those things and they're trying to take it away from us. If our vote didn't matter, why do they spend time trying to take it from us? Why do they spend time discouraging us from utilizing it? You have to look sometimes at the obstacles and say, I'm not going to let this obstacle get in my way. But I do believe that we need to have a conversation that is focused on us at the forefront.
Exactly.
So, but
that's where I'm at with it, because I actually was part of Hillary Clinton's campaign when she ran. I was out there knocking on doors, you know, getting people to, you know, registering people to vote. And that was, you know, when she was running and she lost to Trump. So at this point, I feel Black people really don't have anything to lose. I mean, we're done at this point. Like, just stick a fork in us and turn us over. I don't want to give my vote and we're back here again, complaining, not being recognized. I don't want to do this if it's not beneficial for my people. I mean, whatever's gonna come is gonna come, and we just have to be prepared for whatever's about to take off. But if you have an agenda and you're speaking specifically to some of the things that we want done, and I don't care if you white or black, and if I hear it, yeah, I'm gonna go vote for you. But if I don't hear, if it's just the same old, like Kamala Harris, I predicted she's sitting at a soul food restaurant with some hot sauce. She's doing rap songs. She's shouting out dead people. I can't. You pandering. But what are you talking about? What's the specifics?
And she came out on Martin Luther King's birthday announcing her run for candidacy while the whole country was shut down. The optics of her are horrible.
Exactly.
She did a Hillary stumble.
But I want to ask this question before I get to you, JMJ. Matter of fact, JMJ, I want you to ask this question, and the Queens, I want you to ask this too. Do y'all think it's very important for us as a people to have these conversations of the process of the politics and also the election process? I asked that question because for years and years, I've been seeing we have losing touch about how the process run. They are a bunch of old hags. I call them a bunch of old hags in our community, like John Lewis and them. They are not willing to pass on the baton. You got a lot of us is being mistreated. Don't even know if they have been mistreated. There are quite a few in our community has been running for office, no matter if it's local, state, and even county, even nationally, has not had our best of our interests for years. And so I asked that question. JMJ, are you there? JMJ, are you there? All right. Go ahead, Black Native. And then Monica. Okay. Monica.
I think we should have conversations. I don't know what the scope of the conversation should be. It depends on where you find people at. If you want to start a beginner course, like how does government work? Why does your vote count? What does it entail? I don't see where that could hurt. I just feel that you will have it'll be like most things that we engage in. There's a negative component of it. I would like to hear more of why the naysayers are there and why they're discouraged, to try to find a point where we can understand why people are discouraged, and then try to change that dynamic so that people get encouraged.
Okay, cool.
But oftentimes people that are on the outskirts of something, they find themselves isolated, or that people don't want to hear them. And then you have you don't have an open line of communication, and it's like you left somebody behind. I always consider that the man down syndrome.
Okay. That's what's up. Like that. And go more on your point that we got important the conversations. That is very important. We just cannot have for the years I've been hearing this, and it goes for me too, family. It goes for me too. We be having these regional conversations instead of broadened conversations. And we have to understand that our agenda is broadened. So we gotta hit every point, everything that we want. It cannot be regional no more. It cannot be just certain ones in our community they just want to talk to. Excuse me. It's got to be brought out. It has to be. And I agree with Monica. You were saying, but all I'm just saying, let the conversation involves, and the ones that wants to be involved with it, come on in and put your input in it. But like I said, one people, one flag. One people, one flag. One people, one flag. That's all I am concerned of. All other this nonsense going on, not concerned of. And then we have to be in one alignment. And we have to understand there is a fight. We have to understand they are not going to just, oh, you can sit at the table now, because finally for 500 almost 500 years, you had, we see you fight for this country, fight for everything, and no, they're not going to do it. So that means
no, they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it.
And so that's the problem. They're not going to do it. And a lot of the young people are discouraged from voting. A lot. They feel disenfranchised. Just like the are in our 40s, 50s, 30s. And we voted. I voted since I've been 18 years old. What's it's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. We are sinking in this country. They're talking about immigration. They're worried more about people who can't put them in office versus the people who can put them in office. We have to exercise our power. That's what the civil rights movement, that's what these people were doing. They were fighting for the rights of Americans, Black Americans, to have our foot in, have a seat at this table, which is called the United States.
But
and it backfired.
You know why they are looking at the immigrants? They're looking at the immigrants. It's opposite what you're saying. See, when the immigrants are here, right, and they're young adults and they procreate with the U.S. citizen, and then they have kids here, their kids are citizens and their kids can vote. That's what the problem is. The Caucasian man has done everything to his woman that she has decided to not want to procreate with them, and they have lost their race. And this is what this is all about.
I know this is what it's all about.
Yeah. So the immigrant thing to them is very important, not because they don't have a seat at the table today. They're preventing a seat at the table tomorrow. And you have to start with destroying it today. So that's what their focus is on. But they've always lost their woman. If they had maintained her, then they would be in a better position. That's why I always say it's a wonderful thing being a Black woman and having a Black man, because it's the most powerful entity that you can have, because they wish they had it. And
Yeah. That's what the Me Too movement was all about. It was a takeover. They were tired of their men. They were moving into a position of power, and they were trying to they were trying to bring their men down. They're tired of them. They treat them like cave women. They claim they put them on a pedestal for everyone else, but they don't respect their own women. And they women know that they don't respect them. So they're leaving. They're not having babies. They're trying to be men. In other words, they want their positions. And it's a power struggle. And we're being brought into this gender war that they're having. We decided to join into the gender war. But it's actually a war between white men and white women. This is the war that we see going on. It's a power game.
exactly.
And white women want to take their power. But
Exactly.
we put ourselves into the mix when we shouldn't have done that.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with us
Okay.
at all.
All right. James J, are you there? Okay. Go ahead. Go. Keep on going. You're Martha. Keep on going.
No, it's interesting because I think that as a woman of color, I've seen that. And I've understood it for a long time, but didn't know how to express it. And now it's becoming verbalized. We're verbalizing it more. They were at war. This is the Roe versus Wade. They've been at war with the burning of the bras. They've been at war.
They've been at war with their men. That's what feminism. The whole concept. They were tired of their men, treating them like cave women, disrespecting them. They put them on this pedestal for all the world to admire and worship, but they weren't doing that. And it was a power grab. It's a power struggle going on right now. And we decided we're going to join in, and we're going to create a gender war amongst Black men and Black women. And we don't have anything to do with this. And we need to step out and let them fight and let them do what they need to do to each other while we get ourselves together.
I think our component is more social, which is the economic component of it. So while we have a Black male culture right now that's feeling under siege because they thought with a different head and made children with people that they shouldn't have procreated with in the first place, then they're upset because they're getting hit with the child support. And then we have our image looking like Maury Povich. He's not the father.
The baby daddy.
Right.
The woman who sleeps around the thought.
Right. We've given ourselves right. And they look at us. So they've spun the pendulum over on us in that light. Yeah. And
the deadbeat dad.
Succumbed to it. Right. We've succumbed to it. The ghetto woman.
The Pookie and the Ray Rays and the Keisha and Moeshas. And we've decided that's who we're going to be. And that's the role that we're playing when we don't need to do it.
We just need to get our economics in order.
Media plays a big part. This is where the media comes in. The rap, the music, the imagery is all set up, and it's not for our benefit, but we can't seem to get it. So we learning the hard way. We're gonna have to learn the hard way. and it is what it is. It's just that's how I feel like it has to be. We have to regroup. We have to get our community back. We have the black man and the black woman have to come to the table seriously and decide, do we want to be involved with their chaos, or do we want to start building our future for our children and our grandchildren, our great grandchildren? It has to be done.
Once we take over our economic side of this and we get to some healing in our discussions amongst black men and black women,
Mm-hmm.
wow, what a force to be reckoned with.
You're right, sister. You're right. And they know it. That's why you notice now you see every commercial, they have an interracial couple. Literally. Every TV show. Literally. I'm watching AT&T. I'm watching Cheerios. I'm watching, and it's a black man. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So you mean to tell me? And it's the, like I said, it's the imagery. It's the
IKEA.
programming.
My favorite store, IKEA, has their new commercial, and it has a black man in the bed. Why the? I was just like,
I mean, it's like all the time. It's like not every commercial. Then they got the biracial child. Every commercial, every show. Either we're in an racial relationship, or we're in a homosexual relationship. The breakdown of the family.
Do you notice that the same-sex relationships, though, that they are showing on television are mostly the two males with the children? You seldom see the two women scenario. Very interesting.
Yeah, and the black man has become the face of the transgender. It's the black man with the wig. It's the makeup. It's the pocketbook. He now has become the face of this sexual confusion. He now is the face of the transgender movement. Watch. They sneaky. They real sneaky with it, but
you threw that out so nice.
If you don't see it, it'll go right past you.
She said the face of the confusion. The gender confusion. I don't know. I saw an article the other day where they were explaining how they're modified birth certificates so you can choose your child's sex. I'm just like, wow. Wow. How does one identify as something else as an infant? It's crazy. It's just crazy. But we're just we're in the days of uncertainty, and you need to get more certainty around who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yes, a lot of stuff be happening, and I agree.
I mean, I'm looking at all these different black designers that's out here, and Gucci came out with a sweater with the black lips. Prada did it, and now all of these celebrities who just spent hundreds and thousands of dollars with Gucci are mad. But you could have took that money and did something else with it. That was your choice to spend $500,000 on something that's going to go down in value as soon as you walk out the store with it.
Well, I just think I've heard this conversation come up about that blackface turtleneck. First of all, it's ugly as shiz. So that's not something it's not something I would have bought even if it was $9.99 on the shelf. So the fact that it was $900 wouldn't have impacted me. But I think that their targeted audience was their peer group. You understand? Like T.I. should have reached out to his pals and said, don't buy this. But to be talking down to the rest of us, we can't even purchase that. That's not an everyday purchase for me. That's a month almost. That's like half a month's rent if you live here in New York on that one sweater. So I wouldn't have owned that sweater in the first place. Am I going to boycott Gucci? No. I got a bag in my head that I want from Gucci. I'm not going to boycott Gucci because of this. Can you turn the conversation? It's their dollars that is feeding Gucci. It's their dollars that are feeding most of those high-end stores because that's the money they got. Maybe we should stop buying T.I. stuff so he won't have the money to pay for that stuff that he wants us not to purchase, that he's the only one purchasing. I'm over them.
Yeah, it's like selective outrage. It's like selective outrage. Like, come on now. Like, really? The clothes were designed in Italy. I mean, they come out with the selective outrage because they didn't spend all their coins at a store, thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars that you could have took and opened up maybe 2 or 3 schools, or you could have took and helped the people in Flint, Michigan with the water crisis, that you could have took and created scholarships for young black men and young black girls, that you could have took, I mean, knock it off. Knock it all the way off, because like you said, most of us can't go to Gucci and buy Gucci. That's like you said, unless you making 200,000 to 300,000 a year and it won't ditch your pocket. Yeah, then you could go splurge. But most black people in this country are not making that type of money. Most people in America ain't making that type of money. It's only a select few. So yeah,
I'm looking at a comment in the chat from J Dog, right? He says, but they won't work because they're more white LGBT than black LGBT.
I saw that comment.
But I missed what won't work. This is what their self-destruction, be it between their Caucasian women and themselves and their identity, is something that we've fallen into. It's by osmosis that we have the same issues. What's good for the goose may not always be good for the gander, but now we've gandered over there. But I've always seen
what is he referring to when I said that the new face of transgender are black men? I guess that's because I said that comment. Okay. And then he said, I guess he said it won't work because there's more white LGBTQXYZ than there are black people. But what I said is it's the new face. It's the image that they're putting out there. Not that it's more more white men than black men. It's what you seeing right now. What they're putting in your face.
Right, because the hate crime
married to white black women, but what you seeing on commercials is interracial relationships. That's what they're showing you, but that's not the case. It's imagery. I don't know if you got what I'm saying.
I agree to an extent, because it looks as if the case with this actor and his situation, it had so many layers to it. It was a hate crime against the man of but he's not transgender, but I don't know what's the political term for it. I just say same sex, a guy who has sex with other men. And then it was the news thing. It was the fact that it was supposed to be white folks that did this to him that made it more egregious at the time. But just the fact that he was attacked by any person should have been enough to spark outrage in his community. But the fact that it had to have the tones of racism or the tones of a hate crime related to his what there's related to his sex and then related to his color just was more.
Yeah, but did you see now they're saying that it wasn't two white guys with
No, I know, but I'm
that,
saying this is what
that
he
they
came
got
out.
two Nigerian guys who they claim he hired to do this to him. So now they arrested. Oh, I don't know if they got arrested, but they're questioning two Nigerian men. So I'm like, so how did you go from two white guys wearing mega hats to two African men? What?
But that was the nuance of his situation. That's what made his story grab legs in the community. See,
Mhm.
the only folks that really would be as much offended that or outraged that he was part of a crime, in my opinion, so this is just based on my opinion, would be people that watch the show or people
Mhm.
that were in the same sexual situation as him would feel like, oh,
Mhm.
someone like me is being attacked.
Yeah.
Beyond that, he added the other layer to bring it home to the rest of us so that we can identify and relate to him, because it took his sexuality out of it. I didn't no longer care if he was gay. I cared that someone put a noose around this man's neck and tried to hang
Yeah.
him. You
Yeah.
understand? So that was to bring me in to understand his plight. But
Yeah.
I and just on a personal level, I don't care who people sleep with. I don't care if you sleep with the same person, another person, everybody else's person. Your sexual preference is not my business. This is why I never understood why we make such a big deal out of the whole LGBT, because I could care less who you have sex with. That's not a prerequisite for walking around and being, you know, interacting with me in society. But it's become the main issue out here is what sex are you?
This
Like,
is they made it an issue. They decided that they wanted to play the victim. No, actually, this is the whole thing with the LGBTQ community. They're trying to put themselves under the banner of a minority group. It has a lot to do with them getting grants. It has a lot to do. It has a lot to do with money, economics, loans, grants, and they're trying to attach themselves to black people. You do have black people that are gay, exactly. But as a whole, that community has now tried to attach itself and claim itself to be in a minority status, which they put, which is Asians, they put white women, black people, so all of these the funding that was supposed to be set aside specifically for black people when Lyndon Baines Johnson wrote that those different bills, they want some of that money. It has a lot to do with money, and I don't care who you sleep with. That's not, I don't care. That's your business. But when you come out and use this victimization, well, because I'm gay, this is what happened. But we didn't know you were gay until you said you were gay, unless you are like really like flaming. But at the end of the day, I don't care. But don't use that as don't become a victim and use that as some type of crutch. And that's what they're doing. That's why a lot of people don't want to, a lot of people are, I guess, like a battle going on with the LGBTQ community. And it's like you kind of brought this on yourself, because I have gay friends, and I don't care who you sleep with. That's not my concern. But when you put yourself in a victim mode, when you created the problem by telling everybody, "Hey, I'm gay and I'm that," and okay, be you, boo, do you, but don't attach yourself to black people like that. Don't do that, because we not on we two totally different types of things going on right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Great, great. J Dog, welcome to the chat. I mean, welcome to the panel.
Hey,
Introduce
how's it
yourself.
going? How's it
Hey.
going?
So, so you hearing this conversation? Put your input, please.
Yeah, I guess you're talking about Jesse Smollett situation and the gay community as a whole. Yeah, they want to attach to us, and but then at the same time they want to attack us because it's a part of the gay agenda to turn a lot of black people to becoming LGBT, and which the risk will be depopulation. It looks like the LGBT community is anti deep populate reproduction. So I mean, I have nothing against gays, but you how let's just say we're gonna there's the island, the island thing of let's put every LGBT community, everyone into an island. They don't reproduce with each other. Men don't reproduce with the women. And then we go back to that same island years later. You only see like maybe one person left. So I'm like, you, but then I realized they the racists are trying to use the LGBT to depopulate us because it's already depopulated a lot of the white people. Like I said, there's more white LGBT than black LGBT, and white. The reason why white people want to get rid of the rights of LGBT because they've seen the depopulation of their race, the low births, and they blame the LGBT. At the same time, they want to push the same thing they hate on us to depopulate our community.
Go ahead. Anybody can jump up on that.
Yeah, I mean, what he's saying is true. Like, that's part of their depopulation process. Also, their women are not having children because their women have decided to wait later on in life to have kids because they want to take on the role, like we were speaking earlier, as the breadwinner. So they're not having children. They have their sperm count is down tremendously. So it's a whole bunch of stuff going on with them. They're in the negative right now. And like I said, what I'm seeing, like yesterday I was watching, I watch a lot of like makeup and different tutorials, and I've just seen constantly black men. I mean, to the point where I'm like, whoa, really? Is it this? Has it gone to this level? And I'm just sitting there looking at YouTube at the YouTube at the YouTube at the YouTube of gay black men wearing makeup. I mean, and you could clearly see that they're men. It's just like they. That's why I say it's the imagery that they're trying to. They want to take it away, like you said. They're trying to take it from off of themselves, and because of their depopulation, because and put it on us. And so this is what we're seeing, where they're causing sexual confusion amongst our people now. And so I agree with you. I agree with you with that aspect, but also I also see the imagery of, I could turn on a TV show and I guarantee you there's going to be a gay black man somewhere in there, or a gay black woman, or an interracial relationship. Every sitcom, even The Walking Dead, it's an apocalypse. The character, she was strong. Then she started sleeping with the white man. She became weak. And then the black man who was the king, he's with a white woman. He became weak. Look at the dynamics. Look at what they playing. They playing games like, I just look at things a lot, and I notice the game, like the mind games and the mind fuck that they're trying to do, and it's to some extent it could be working if we're not strong enough, if we don't see it for what it is.
Which
They're not.
is
It's the bottom line to it all. They know it. They know it. We know it now. But what we gonna do about it?
well, the first what we need to do about it is if
I
these
can't
black
hear you. Why is I'm adjusting my phone to try to hear it. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm listening. I'm sorry about that.
this is
Mute your mic.
why supporting our media that we control and fighting for black love is more important than ever. And of course, the issue with the internet with the media is you have some of these black celebrities, actors, and actresses that are participating and volunteering to be playing these roles where it's gays, or they're the lesbian character, or they're the interracial relationship, like Viola Davis being with Liam Racist Nielsen, which,
Yeah.
by the way, that movie bombed. Yet movies like Creed 2, Black Panther, if Beale Street Can Talk, movies that support black love, seem to do a lot better in the box office and with black customers than movies with interracial or even LGBT relationships. But like you said, it's imagery. I'm like, so that's yeah. The reason why I brought up the box office of certain movies is and why I said it won't work is because number one, there's too many of us. Number two, if these LGBT and interracial entertainments are not bringing in black audiences, like shows and movies with black love in it, how could it truly be working unless, of course, like you said, it's all about the image tree. And then, of course, the next thing is we got to start supporting our media that's willing to fight against this stuff.
Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, that's the thing. They're trying to force it because, like you said, they know that their gender war is getting worse, or that their LGBT is getting bigger, causing less population. So yes, they'll try to force it on other groups, including ours, to try to destroy our population, even though our population is not just here in America. We got a bigger population around the world. White people, the only other place is Canada, Australia, or Europe, and stuff like that.
All right, that's too broad a conspiracy for me. Honestly,
she said that's a two.
you know, because you like there and this and that. Basically, honestly, I feel as if there are people that feel different, and they are expressing themselves in a different way. They feel uncomfortable in the skin they're in for whatever reasons. For whatever reasons they are, you hear stories of people saying that they feel trapped. They were a woman trapped in a man's body, or a man trapped in a woman's body, what have you, and they've taken their corrective measures to address that. And you know, there's a whole bunch of technology out here, or scientific stuff out here that's helped them through that process. I ain't mad at them. That's who they are, and they're living with it, and they're doing what they can based on the resources available to them to address it. What is infringing on my right is that it's being thrown at me to be accepted, that this is the new norm. And because it's your norm doesn't make it my norm. You can't, and this is what has happened even from the days of what was called slavery, is when you're infringing somebody else's beliefs onto someone else. That's where I draw the line at. That's why I said I didn't need to know who somebody was sleeping with. But I think that's a different that's a different monster, or belly of the beast, when you're dealing with people that are transitioning or transgenders. I think that's a different element. And to be caught in a group called LGBT, LGBT. The fact that they put them all over there, it's like it's a product or it's a project. Again, they should be their own classification and their own grouping. It's not the same. The people that are I'm gonna use the word gay because that's what it was when I was growing up. People that was gay said, I want to have sex with the same sex. And that's it. They didn't say they wanted to change who they was. They just said they wanted to have sex with the same person. Now, the people that are coming out and saying, I want to change who I am because I need to be the other sex, and they're changing body parts and stuff to accommodate them, that is a different type of person in a different scenario. And why they allow themselves to be grouped over there is self-serving, but it's not. To me, they should have demanded for their own place.
Well, can I play devil's advocate on that? Because I want to touch on some of the things that you said. Now, you said that you think that this is a whole big conspiracy theory that you don't believe that's really going on. Now, I'm gonna say this. I don't know how old you are, but I remember back in the 90s. I don't recall seeing men dressed up like women the way I see it now. Now, that's only 20 something years ago. What has happened to create this confusion in a human being where they were born a male and then all of a sudden around, I'm gonna say 5, or 4 or 5, they start feeling like that they're trapped in another person's body. I'm gonna say it's the immunization shots. I'm putting it out there. I think it's manipulation. I think it's scientific manipulation. And you said they have science now who can change a man into a woman. So I think with these injections that they're giving children at the age of from birth, because I remember we only used to get like 5 immunization shots by the time we go to kindergarten. They get about 12 to 14 shots now.
I don't think it's the immunizations.
Okay, but
I think it's what folks are eating. I think it's what you're feeding.
Okay, well, it's a gamut. Let's say it's not because of natural. It's not a natural environment. It's man-made.
Someone showed the video how they make the chicken nuggets or what chicken nuggets are made of from McDonald's, and it was like powder and dust, so it had nothing to do with the chicken. So in seeing that, I'm thinking that there's other reasons. Maybe it's the Similac formula, maybe it's the WIC program in and of itself, because everybody is eligible for WIC. When I was a young adult having kids, you had to, based on your economics. Now it's just based on being a woman and being pregnant. For the most part, you can get WIC. So
you don't think I was trying to say during the ages of 4 and 5 is when they used to give maybe 4 shots. Now they get 14 to 17 shots before they reach the age of 5 for all these so-called diseases that don't exist anymore. I mean, they're supposed to be cured, but now they intensified the shots. So I always see when people telling their stories of when they started having this sexual confusion, it's always been around the age of 4 and 5 years old. So I'm like, well, what is happening at this age where they start to feel like they're not, the little boys are not, they feel like they're little girls. And it's always around that age range. So I'm like, what's happening? What is causing them to feel this way? They're getting shots. Why is it just in this country that we have all this sexual confusion? Why is it not abroad? Africa, for example. Whereas more black people there than it is here in America.
Why are they not walking around with this sexual confusion? What?
Because
Why is it here or in Europe?
Yeah. Okay. J Do, you want to answer that?
well, number one, it's because of the laws in Africa. They try to avoid a lot of stuff. They still have anti-gay laws in Africa, and also the chemicals are created by American scientists. Here, there was one called Aerosine or something that was supposed to turn the frogs gay. Well, that's being used to spray on plants and stuff, and then and stuff like that. So that's another chemical. But yeah, the reason why it's not happening in other countries is because other countries value natural foods and stuff like that, and not putting so many chemicals like MGOs and stuff like that. They even have laws against these chemicals too. But this country, because it's so corporatized and so corrupt with these companies that use these chemicals and stuff, that's why you see a lot are of chemicals being injected into people's foods, being somehow put in people's clothing and stuff like that, and that explains why you see a lot of the sexual confusion. And then, of course, it's the media, the mind control of the media, like you said. Uh,
Imagery.
Imagery, yes. You see more couples. You see that it's mostly interracial couples or gay males or lesbian women, then or transgender characters. You see it, and don't be surprised when they start allowing it in children's cartoons, because there have been attempts to, and maybe successful ones, not as much, but some, to be put as characters for children's cartoons. That imagery, and then you heard that in New Jersey, that is the second state to allow gay LGBT history in the schools, yet they don't want to put a lot of black history in the schools. So yes, that also explains the sexual confusion. They trying to get teach it to the youngsters next.
Yeah. And at one point I'm gonna make, because I gotta cut this off. Gotta cut this short in a few minutes because I gotta get ready for this fellowship live in a few hours. I did a story, I think a little over 2 years ago. There was this black scientist. He was in Cal Berkeley. I think his first name is Tyrone, I'm not mistaken. What happened was he was doing some studies, and he come to find out that the pharmaceutical company that he was working for, what happened was they was lying. What they was doing, they was taking frogs, and they had medicine to make them homosexual. And what happened was when he brought them studies to them and everything, let them know the way you should do what they doing, they threat against him and everything else. They trying to badmouth him. Even they were threatening his family. And so understand this, that this been going on for a long time. I even know when I was a teenager, when I was looking at cartoons, they even had about homosexuality even back then. If you really look at closely too, and also Dr. Neely Fuller back in the mid-70s, he was saying that they was going to push this in 30 years, and some of us still do not want to talk about that. Some of us still want to go around what's going on. And our heterosexual is being threatened. And also we talk about the gay man, true, well indeed. We have to also talk about the lesbians, because the lesbians are pushing it too. So we have to, like, again, and I have to say it again, and I know it's gonna be people gonna get mad at me, but I don't care. These conversations had to be brought out, and there are women out here, different nationalities. They are pushing this. Some of them are CEOs. They are pushing it. So it's not just men. And they be this women, and people say, "You hate women." I don't want to hear that Go to hell on that shit. I come from a black woman. I love black women. I fight for a black woman's rights. It doesn't make a difference, but fair is fair. They are women in the background is pushing this and everything else, but they're gonna say the black man because that's the way it's at and everything. That's where the climate is at. That's where the temperature is at and everything. But let's not forget about the other ones that are pushing it, and that's what I'm saying, because I'm telling you, these lesbians out here, they talking about, oh yeah, I want a plastic. That's how they think they reproduce. They take on this fake masculinity. They think it's good, and trust me, they are pushing this a lot. So it's gonna be Monica, J Dog, Black Native. After that, make your last remarks, man. My last remarks, and I got to be on that.
I gotta look into that. I gotta look into that lesbian connection more. But I don't want to seem like I'm anti somebody's sexual preference. I'm just gonna say again, I don't know why I need to know it. I understand that the struggle is real, and I can appreciate that people are struggling with their identity. And I'm hopeful that they have solutions, or they found some kind of comfort in the some kind of comfort in science to help them with what they're dealing with. It's a conversation that can be expanded upon in the coming days. It's not something that ends here. It's something that can be explored further. It's something that requires more sensitivity and better understanding of it. But I'm conscious of the fact that they are making these minority subgroups, and at least we have our eyes on it.
All right, thank you. J Dog.
As straight heterosexual people, maybe it's time we need to start making complaints about and this is not saying to be anti-LGBT, is if we see that these studios continue to attack straight black masculinity or straight black women, straight black women and straight black men, like I said, we need to start creating our own media and control the narrative. And also, we also need to since they want to create a term called homophobia and try to attack black people with it, why don't we create one called black heterophobia? That's something that Tariq created, and then why don't we use that against them to see how they like it? But yeah, let's see. Yes, but like I said, if we're going to solve this media problem, we're gonna right now we got to start with online black media and then move our way up to television productions and try to control the narrative. But that's gonna take us coming together. And like I said, we can't depend on the celebrity to do it, because if the celebrity is participating in it, then we cannot depend on them. We're gonna have to create it from the ground up, from the grassroots. Because right now, it seems to me the grassroots black man and black woman and black child seems to be the only one who is talking about it, but not the elite. But then again, the elite have turned against us. So we need to continue talks like this. But that's all I have to say for now. So I'm about to head out. Thank you for.
All right, J Dog. Before you leave, make your last remarks, please.
Oh, I think that was the last remarks. But all I gotta say is thank you for invited me, and hopefully I could come back and we could continue these discussions in the near future. We need more talks like this. So thank you for everyone on the panel, Monica, and I forgot what was the other lady's name.
Black Native.
Black Native. Yeah, it's nice talking with you. Maybe we could talk more about this in future live streams.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say for now, to tell you the truth. But thank you.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. Welcome. Anytime. We will. We will. Thank you. Black Native.
Well, yeah, we do need to have these discussions, and I appreciate everybody on the panel, and I appreciate everybody's different views, and we can agree and we can disagree, but as long as we can hear each other out, that's a positive. With the homosexuality agenda being pushed upon the black community, it, like I said, it's always been there. I'm just noticing more of the transgender, the wanting to be a woman and not wanting to be a man and be a homosexual male. You know, it's the that part that's really being pushed. The men in the dresses and the shoes and the wigs and all of that, and it's being pushed heavily. It's also being taught to the children. Don't think they're not starting that in schools right now. New York just passed the law where on the birth certificates, I think it's no gender. So there goes more confusion. So you're born, but you're not a male, nor are you a female. So yeah, we have to be mindful of what's happening. Pay close attention to what's happening in our community, and just have more open discussions. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't. That's not my concern. But what I do care about is the programming,
Okay. Cool.
that the manipulation. That's what I do care about. And that's really all I have to say. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed speaking with Monica and J Dog and the other
J and
fellow
J.
that was Jay. What's his name?
J&J 2121.
No,
Yes,
there was
him
another
too.
gentleman.
And hopefully, I'm sorry.
There was another gentleman that
And
was up here before.
yeah, he left, and him too. We have to have these. We have to do this. We have to have these conversations. Like he said, more of a black media from the ground up, because the celebrities have been they're complacent. You know,
Hmm.
they're making the millions of dollars, so they're not gonna really speak freely because they're being paid and they're bought. So it has to be a grassroots effort.
And it's also part of their job. Also, if you're a celebrity, you can't really you have to sell certain things in order to keep your brand going. So
Correct.
you kind of stifle in what positions you could take, and once you take a stance, it may harm you in the long run. But it was definitely my pleasure to get to meet all of you guys up here. I've been on here before with J Dog, but it was just
Do
a
you have your
pleasure.
own channel?
Yeah, yes, I'm Monica Mo Justice.
Tell about
Okay,
your
I'm gonna come. I'm
channel now, please.
gonna come.
I have
Yeah.
multiple channels.
Do you?
Yes. I have JDog8807, which is the one
Whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa, whoa. Put
using.
it in the chat. No. Put it in the chat.
Oh,
You can put
okay.
it in
Yeah.
the
I'll
chat.
put it in the chat.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm on my computer right now. I'm on my phone, so I'm about to go on my computer.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was good, but this was definitely a good discussion, good starting point.
It was a good starting point, and everybody should be able to speak freely and don't feel like somebody's stepping on someone else's toes. This is it. You know, we're all one, and we all have. Black people are not. We're not monolithic. We do have different thoughts, but as long as we can all come back to the root of our community, then I don't care. I mean, black gay men are black gay men. They're still black at the end of the day. You
Yeah.
know, we can't just throw them away, but
Okay.
No.
it has to be addressed. And black women and black gay women. I ain't just because JT gonna be like, what about the woman?
No, I wasn't saying that.
What about the women? Both. Both.
We
No,
all matter. That's basically what we're saying. We all matter.
okay.
We
All
all
right.
matter.
No, I wasn't saying that black man. I wasn't gonna say. So you assuming? So
No, because you did say that earlier. Let's
yeah,
not
well,
forget about the women.
right. But that's what I'm saying. I had to
So
say
that's
that.
why I threw them in there.
Right.
The women too.
No. Let me explain that, please. Because
Okay.
of the content that we had before. But it's all good. So J Dog, you still there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm still here.
Tell everybody about your channels right now. Tell everybody
My
about your
channels. First
yeah.
of all, I'm putting all my channels on the chat room. This is the one I just put on first. Is JDog8807. That's the main
Okay.
one. And then I'm about to show you some of the backups, and then I'm going to go show you my Black Junction. I have a Black Junction account as well.
Oh,
I do
okay.
videos on Black Junction.
Okay.
I am going to create a Black Avengers TV account soon, but now I'm about to show you some of my backup channels. Yeah, click on the links and you'll see all the different backups.
J Dog, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
The backups that you have, are you supporting my channel with it? Because
Yes.
I don't think I had all those backup channels.
Okay, I think I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. I'm subscribed to you on the backup channels as well.
Okay. All right.
Monica, can you put your channel in the link so I can see it?
I am planning on creating more in the future, but right now I'm just sticking with the ones I got for now.
Okay, I got you.
I'll find the link and put it in the hangout because I'm not showing in his chat.
Oh, okay.
Because if I write in the chat, it's not gonna come out.
You sure about that?
You said it.
Are you seeing? I just said hi in the chat. Can you see me?
No, I can't.
That's why I
Let me
keep telling
see.
him.
Hold on, let me make, because
coming
it's not moving. My chat has been sitting here stuck. Let me, because I'm
The
looking
last
at it from my
person, right.
laptop, but I'm talking on my phone because I can't see it from my phone, but I have my laptop open.
Right. The
Let me
last person
see.
that wrote is Captain Levi 6. So I
Yeah, I
wrote
see
right
that.
underneath him.
No, I
Okay,
don't see it.
I'll check. Because like I said, I unblock you. So,
No, I know you. I know you did. I'm gonna have to have a conversation with you because I think this is a little bigger than that.
okay.
I think YouTube is messing with the channels. They're even blocking people for no reason. I think it's behind the scenes with YouTube. So be careful of the tricks that some of the people who in YouTube that don't like their channels. There could be some tricks from within the higher ups of that company.
Okay, but
It's not the high.
I said, email me, yeah, we chop it up.
Yeah, because I don't see hers. I see his, but I don't see her. The last person I see is Captain Levi, and it
Right,
says
and I
at
went.
Silk BB
Yeah,
scratching salute bees scratching salute. That's
right. That's the last, and so I wrote underneath it 3 times
let me
high.
see if I can
But
find that.
this is the first channel I've had that problem with. But
Wait, let me see. I see Michael Johnson boxing. If she's typing in your YouTube and nothing comes up, she is blocked. That's when Michael Johnson.
so it could be one of your blue guys got me blocked on their end and blocked me.
Either them or someone within YouTube.
It's nobody in YouTube.
Okay.
Don't even go there. It's nobody in YouTube. Don't like me like that. It's somebody. It's somebody in his. It's somebody in his. It's someone in his core because we didn't have this problem until the other day.
Oh, okay.
All right, check. Okay.
Yeah. So, but
When are
it's
you
but
going to
it's
be? When are you making another? When are you going to go back up on YouTube? When are you having? Are you doing it? You did something earlier today.
I go live in the morning at 7 a.m. So normally
Oh,
I'm about I the channel is based on a book club. So we read
okay.
books and
Oh,
we
that's a
post
good thought.
books. Yeah, so but it hasn't taken off like that because of the drama people that come around. But it's like that. Today I did a movie review. So books, movie reviews, and then just life in general.
That's what I was. I love that concept because see, I'm JT's supposed to be trying to help me with my channel. He was helping me the other day because I was, I wanted to get up here and do cooking, but also the book club, or even just like you said, like movie reviews. Did you
Mhm.
watch the what's that Beale Street? Uh,
No,
Yes,
that's the one.
Bill Street
It's
can
not.
talk.
Yeah, it's not on. It's not in the theater. I was moving or whatever I was doing during the time that movie released, so I missed it. I gotta find a theater that still's running. That is still running it, so I could catch
yeah,
it.
because me and JT watched it, but I have Fire Stick, so I broke my Fire Stick and me and him watched it like a week ago or something like that, a week and a half
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
But
did.
he watched it on the internet from my TV. But I was like, and then I would stop the movie. We would have a commentary on the movie, start the movie back up. Like, what you think about this? Discussion. And so, yeah, that's a good movie. You really need to see it. I don't know if you have a Fire Stick.
No, but I'm gonna. It's one of the movies I wanted to see, so I'm gonna try to back into getting. It's still playing somewhere, so I'm gonna catch it.
So
Okay.
what was the movie that you would what was the last movie that you saw that you were trying to do a
Yesterday I saw What Men Want.
oh, okay, I
So
haven't
I didn't
watched
want to
that.
do right. I didn't want to do a spoiler on it. So I just
Yeah.
basically, because most of the time I'm watching the movies in real time, so I don't want to spoil it for folks. But I do
Okay.
say if I feel like it's worth watching, and I just pull out like themes out of it.
I
So
Mm-hmm.
go.
you know, I just was saying the Me Too movement basically missed this film and that they need to catch up because you can't have these sexual undertones inside of The Office.
Okay.
Hmm. I need
I,
to watch that today. I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch that.
It's recycling. Sorry,
JT,
sorry.
yeah, we're
I have,
sorry. But
I
she still hasn't. You
have
said the name of your channel is Monique Justice?
No, Monica Mo Justice.
Monica Mo Justice. I'm gonna go there
Yeah.
now while
Mm-hmm.
I have you up here.
Oh,
and
and
Type it
these are all
in.
my channels right here that are in the chat room. So
Monica.
hopefully y'all subscribe
okay.
to them and check out the videos.
All
Yes,
right.
we will.
Okay. And Monica, hit me up on the email later on, okay?
All right. I'll see you later tonight when you come back on.
Yeah, I
Good
don't know. I'm letting you know right now. I don't know what time that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna do it tonight, but I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
what time I'm gonna do the live because I might have to leave right out, like within an hour. But I'm gonna have it tonight. So and again, I am not gonna send out no invites. I'm
You're
not.
not sending out invites?
No, I'm not. So you have to watch it on YouTube now because when I come back, I gotta start cooking.
Yeah. I just finished cooking. I just subscribed to your channel, Monica. So
Oh, we're not supposed
I'm,
to say that, but thank you.
No, no, no. You're
are we
supposed
not?
to support. Supposed to support.
We,
Oh,
Yes, say
okay. I just
support.
supported your channel. Okay,
but
I apologize. I
I
didn't
hope
know
to see
that.
you in the I hope to see you in the chat because you're the type of conversations with women of color that I need to have out here so that some of the other theatrical people can take us stand down.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know. I
Yeah.
kind of got a feeling. Yeah, it's just a lot of theatrics and a lot of um BS
Yeah,
going around on YouTube right now. So I used to
yeah,
watch some, but I can't. It's just too much.
yeah.
Okay.
It's overwhelming. Hmm.
Okay. Let me make my last remarks, please. Thank you. Later on, um, I will have my live fellowship. I don't know what time, so stay tuned. Again, I am not sending out no invites, so watch out for it. Tell anybody if y'all know anybody that usually come, tell them about it. I am not sending it out because I gotta go out and do this and that. Also, I do have conversations like this in the past, and I will have conversations like this in the future. I will I want also want to have strong brothers that had a strong masculinity to get involved with this because in the past we have not been talk about this either. There are some brothers talk about it on here, over there, over there. No, we gotta have these conversations too. So I would urge that we go and join too, and then hopefully in the near future, the black man and the black woman, let's keep our emotions intact. And all I'm just saying, let's find solutions and understand that our masculinity is being threatened, and also our women's feminine is being threatened. And we have to understand that. And we have to work together because this homosexual, all that is included. They are pushing this. It's in our schools. It's in our schools. It's in our stores. They are serving drag queens right now that they are talking about bringing nursery rhymes in our community. Okay, so each of us got on our own way, we got to stand up against this, and we got to have these conversations. And what is that noise?
Oh, sorry, something knocked down, so I gotta fix it.
Mute it. You mute your mic.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, that was you, but I'm sorry, J Dog.
No, that's not me.
Okay, there's some noise. Okay, well, okay, and so I'm gonna have these. I'm still gonna have these discussions of these in the near future. And I urge all of us, let's get each and everybody a chance to talk and also in the chat, engaged. In the chat, engaged. In the chat, engaged. If you have any questions, ask. We have to engage. We have to respect each other, how we feel, but like I always said, our people, one flag. That's all our concern. Our people, one flag. That's it. All right. So on that note, the fellowship dinner and oh yeah, I'm gonna have dessert. Gonna be basic tonight, but I'm gonna be creative too. And I might name it tonight too.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna name it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna name it tonight. So y'all don't like it, you can go ahead. I'm going to name it. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. So I urge everybody to come back. Tell everybody to come back, please, and support everybody support every channel that they say on there. Monica More Justice, J Dog, all his thing, and J Dog. I will tell you to come. Definitely want you to come back. And everything, and also don't forget about the one and only Underrated Darkness. I talk about everything. I deal with everything. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to talk about anything. It's all about finding solutions. Finding solutions. If you're not, that goes for a black man or black woman, man or woman. If you're not willing to find solutions, it don't make no sense to come to this channel. Be ghost. That's it. Finding solutions. Strengthen the black man, the black woman relationship, and let's take back our children and let our children know that the black man, the black woman, we are there for them, but they have to understand, they have to listen because we are the ones protected. So on that note, I'm hungry and I gotta put some in my stomach. And I'm telling you like this, please come back to my fellowship dinner and dessert. It's gonna be a good one. We're gonna have conversations. We're gonna have fun. But this one, and thanks for everybody on the panel. Black Native, JMJ 2121. Shout out to the LDBC. That's Lions Den Boxing Community. Also, basketball community. Monica More Justice. And yours truly, Jay. The underrated one, the grinder, and everybody else in the chat that participate. You are greatly appreciated, and you are greatly appreciated, and you are greatly respected. On that note, I'll be back, but this one is Ghost.